If you go to Burger King,
Ooh.
you can have it your way.
I can have it my way. Yeah.
Red, why do you sound like the guy at the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark, or the one where he's reaching in and tearing his chest out? You know,
calming the
Oh man,
energy before
that gave me nightmares as a kid. That movie.
Starting off
for
on
the
the right.
experience.
Practicing his Duolingo.
Eating them brains.
Dua Lipa?
Welcome to the Late Sesh. What's going on, everybody?
I think she's fine.
You see, we're coming in talking about Impossible Whoppers and galaxies far
happy
away.
evening. That's why I was woosfrabaing. It was too much sodium.
Yeah.
I love. Well, we were talking fast food and back to the possible burger. Do they call it? Or do they call it the
Impossible Burger or an Impossible Burger?
I don't know.
Or
I
they call it the I think they might call it the Impossible Whopper, maybe.
I think they do.
Anything is possible.
That is actually not bad. I think
that's the Kevin Garnett shout out there, guys.
I could eat that shit in a hurry and be okay with it. So,
yeah,
it's Spartan somewhat true. I would still would rather eat like something out of something better than that, better than fast food. But if that's an option, that one's not too bad. Flavor wise, when I eat it, I always get extra fixings when I go to Burger King too, because they'll do that, put all the extra like toppings on. Oh, it's so good. It's like a salad on top of your hamburger.
Wow.
Get like extra pickles, extra onions,
extra. Read all about
tomatoes. It's fucking awesome.
I could go for all that.
Red, it's going to be $25 for that combo.
Yeah, or more.
Plus tax.
Yeah, but you feel like you're a fucking king when you get to eat it. You're like, look at this.
Sell some
The Impossible Whopper has 1,240 milligrams of sodium.
What? Terrible.
I told you, woosfraba.
What's their daily recommended
amount?
amount?
Whopper has 980.
Okay, so it's not that much more.
So it's like 30.
So don't eat your fries. Just don't eat your fries. Just have your hamburger and eat an apple.
Anyway, lady, we don't need that sort of negativity around here.
You know what?
I'm positive that's too much salt, man.
You won't need blood running through your veins either, apparently, because
I don't care how cheap it is. Man. That stuff's like giving your plants Eagle 20.
Woo.
I won't come 10 feet of that crap, even though I do sometimes and have to. Fucking hate doing that shit.
You know, while we're talking about this, we probably should start off by saying welcome to the show, and everybody should switch over from top chat to live chat and all that good stuff.
Yeah, man.
I'll tell you what.
Speaking
of
live chat,
good food, we'll just kick right into it, right? We made a solid venison roast tonight. Daddy Red gave us a little bit of a little chunk of his that he got, over the fall season. So it's fresh, seasonally fresh.
Didn't you go on that same hunting trip?
Yeah. I didn't get any deer.
Oh, Red.
Can't kill anything, man. It's impossible. I made too much noise. Smell of
okay, can I bring
woods the whole fucking time, just nonstop
elderberry and ganja.
Beck, I have a question for you.
Too much noise.
So, speaking of deer, Red, we were watching this nature show the other day, and I don't remember what it was, but it was some nature show, and all of a sudden they show this bear, and the bear was like, and now it's time for the bear to eat. And then they show this like baby fawn, and it's looking all cute, spots and everything. And then the bear just like,
does that work again?
And I'm like, no, I cannot watch this. I can't watch this. And so he turns the TV off and is like, okay, let's get frisky. And I was like, no.
You're the Barry White, man.
No.
Mood killed.
Thank you. Okay, so you agree with me, right? Like you can't just be like, okay.
I love animals so much.
I mean, I guess really I know what gets sequence in the mood now.
I already forgot about that.
I was like, dude,
don't take sequence hunting unless you're Painted Lady.
I need a minute.
Maybe he's just a really big Bears fan.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I want to hear more about your venison steak. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Circle of
Well,
life.
we can hear about your venison steak version. That's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I eventually had tube steak, but it was a lot later than that.
It was much later in the evening.
Boom, 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 boom.
The
It was
menu
just put on
was different.
timeout.
Where's my sound sequence?
I don't have that one yet.
Oh,
Where's my
that-
sound? Where's the
Listen,
winning
You're
sound?
right.
We've got the losing
You
sound.
You need
The winning
different
sound.
signals for different sounds.
I didn't figure we would need a winning sound for this show.
sequence. We need to get the Price is Right, the winning sound. You know, when they get called, come on down.
Was that a soundboard laugh? Was that?
No, yeah.
I thought that was a recorded laugh. That's
Oh,
great.
that was a real one.
How
Oh,
did
yeah, I
you
know
cook
all
it,
about
Red?
that.
All right, Frados. I guess I could explain that. Actually,
be.
low sodium, believe it or not, since we're talking about it. Yeah, man. So sodium gives me gnarly headaches. You know, every time I have a roast, I get rocked by it. I just almost can't stand the next day.
It's like every late session. You get the roast.
I try not to blame it on the beef, but I try to blame it on a lot of it, just the processing of it all. You know, and the sodium and everything that's along with it. We didn't use any packets or anything. I used some. See, Becca found some low sodium beef bone broth, so we used that. The venison, of course, about a pound, about 18 ounces of venison. Wasn't too big of a chunk, but it was plenty enough for her and I. Fresh carrots, fresh onion, like a yellow onion, whole fucking onion, about 3 big ass carrots, like half a bunch of parsley. Chop that stuff up. Some garlic, fresh chopped. We pan seared the venison before cooking it. We tossed in some moringa leaf and some garden grown here on the farm rosemary that we had just harvested it, like, I don't know, sometime in December. So it was like super late harvest, hella fresh, man. We got about an ounce of rosemary out of the garden from what was left that actually didn't die. And so that stuff was really good. We tossed some shiitake in there. After everything cooked, we only cooked it for about 40 minutes, man. Pressure cooker, boom, the sucker was done. Fastest roast I've ever cooked. But I didn't use any additional sodium, no flavor packs. That's what the bone broth was for. I did top it off with probably a little too much water, so I got a real nice stock on it. It's fucking good, man. It's like she added salt to hers because she prefers a little extra salt. But I mean, I like to make at least the bulk portion of it like that, and then you can kind of, salt's such an easy flavor upper, you know. It doesn't have to like soak and saturate in it. You can just very easily add some salt to it and increase the flavor if you want to, you know, a little bit of pepper. And I don't think I added anything extra. When it got done cooking, we tossed some Agaricon in there, so it wasn't, you know, 250 degrees or 60 degrees, whatever the hell it's pressure cooking at, probably hotter. But super quick cook time on a pressure cooker, man. 30-40 minutes with a pound of meat. All the vegetables were good, and we're gonna eat it for a couple of days. Pretty solid.
Tasty.
Yeah, super inexpensive. You figure you could probably grow most of that stuff underneath your cannabis plant, and then you can hunt your own venison and make that all winter long. You know, your carrots you can pretty much keep in the ground. You don't even have to store that shit in your house.
One trick that I've
Very
always
easy.
used, because I'm picky on the gaminess that you can sometimes get in some of the. It's mostly controlled by how it's processed, but anyhow, on the venison, I would slow cook it in a slow cooker. I didn't have a. That's a good idea doing that. How you did it, but in a slow cooker, I'd use I'd just add a Granny Smith apple, just cut it in half and throw it in there, and then throw that out. You don't use it, but it like absorbs a lot of that for some reason, and pulls that out of it. It made it taste almost just like straight beef. You'd swear you're eating beef.
Interesting.
I've heard of people doing like a milk bath too, like a marinade overnight and then getting all that out of there and then cooking it afterwards. Supposedly
Taking the wild out of it.
It tasted so good. It like fell apart.
Yeah, this wasn't a very gamey, like, I'm not sure what that taste is even. I don't know. I just had venison to me just has its own smell and flavor. The flavor kind of goes along with the smell. The smell doesn't smell like beef when it's raw. It has its own like smell, but it doesn't to me smell like, I don't think it smells like rabbit or anything. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that gamey is.
I like prefer it to beef in some dishes like spaghetti. I want it more than beef.
Oh,
and
tacos.
Tacos I
it.
want more than beef. And chili, especially chili. I want
So-
fucking venison over
It's much
beef.
more lean.
I have a really
Lean.
hard
Can't do
time
it.
with it. I had
Yeah.
to like talk myself. No, I had to like not think about it for a really long time. I got tricked into eating it once in spaghetti,
Same. Me
and
too.
I
Most people
was
get tricked into it. Yeah.
so upset just because I've like just tell me. Just I didn't like I had I just don't like to eat animals really at all. So the deer, like Bambi, oh, that's really sad.
I think it's a matter of what it's being
Damn,
fed,
put that
fed
out.
I
Don't
had
set that
to-
beard on fire. Shit. Now,
Don't
come on.
cook your beard.
Give me flashbacks.
So
Red's
we've
already
talked
laughing.
about it a lot, like
Chin
that
roast.
they're naturally fed and they're much leaner, things like
They eat
that.
apples
And so I
shit,
did just
right?
really not think about it.
Well, there's a bigger difference in the harvest that we had because of where we hunt than most people who hunt on farmland. And so a lot of those deer are fed with field corn, like actual agricultural corn. Think about, we were just talking Eagle 20 and stuff, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, all the stuff that's on that corn are in the deer. I mean, it could potentially just be that, because we get acorn fed, pine needle and acorn, worms, bugs, and acorns is the primary diet of the deer up in the northern part, at least in the forest. There are no cornfields. It's hundreds of
That's
miles.
a good point, Red, because I think it was or still is illegal to bait deer. So farmers would
It is now
Supposedly.
illegal to bait deer
still a little
even on
extra
private
extra
property.
there.
That's relatively new. That's a new thing.
It's a very new
What does
thing.
that mean?
You can't.
You
Well,
can't
you-
put
it,
salt
it,
licks
it
on
was
shit.
very
Leaving
controlled.
food out.
Yeah, for the longest time, it was really controlled. You could have
Oh.
small piles, but they had to be X distance apart. You could only have X amount of piles, mainly to control herding. You don't want like a ton of deer closing in on one pile because they can spread
Like
disease.
chronic
a lot
wasting
easier.
disease. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Eating
baiting
pine
has been a
cones and shit.
thing that you can't really do, and now it's completely off limit because we really have an issue with not only chronic wasting disease but tuberculosis as well, and some other random things. And it's a matter of because things are out of balance. There's too much. I hate to say it, too much like large agriculture decimating, killing natural systems, and the deer are monocropped. Large, herds of deer.
Monocropping deer, Red. That's all we're doing. We're just growing deer. That's it on this plot of land.
They're
Nothing
doing
else.
it on their own. They're doing
No
it on their own
succotash,
because
no nothing.
we're getting rid of
Cash
all of the
crops.
natural. Yeah, well, I mean, like the thing is, it's totally legal to kill a coyote. So it's
Deer
completely
corporate.
legal to kill like predators of deer. So deer are just in abundance. Whether we hit them on the highway or not, or we send snipers in Ann Arbor or whatever they do, they're just in abundance. So the problem is that we don't have the systems in place to kill off the natural enemies that are killing the deer, right? The tuberculosis, the chronic wasting disease, and all that stuff. We just don't have the proper nutrition. Even the forest that I'm talking so highly of is still farmed. All that stuff still selectively cut and replanted and not even seed stock. That stuff's all propagated forestry cuts.
I've seen it in a real way just where I live. I mean, I'm fairly close to fucking downtown Jackson. And I regularly see, I do have an open field across the street from me, but I regularly see deer and hear fucking coyotes and fucking see animals all the goddamn time, man.
Yeah.
More than ever.
I've seen deer in the alleyway, bro. It's like in the morning, there's a deer.
Oh, they're
like,
everywhere.
What the fuck? How did
Oh
I
yeah.
get over here,
Oh
bro?
yeah. There's tons of deer everywhere.
Do you know where you are?
Dildos.
You're in the city, baby.
Yeah.
You're gonna
That's-
die.
That was a big issue. Like out west, that's a big issue. I think
Hold
they
that
had.
elbow.
You have some good
Yeah,
clips tonight.
What was it? They have a big issue with like wolves or bobcats or something like that because they took out a lot of the
No
brown
wolves
and
down
black.
here.
They took out a lot of the brown and black bear, a lot of the other predators, and they have other issues with other animals. You start going in and messing with the food chain and messing with the other systems.
That's a good question. If Painted
Out of
Lady,
whack.
have you ever seen? I've seen that video. That's kind of disturbing. I've seen dogs
No.
do that a lot
I have
too.
not seen it
I
either.
have
Deer
not.
are vicious.
Shredder, and I don't need to.
They're
Okay.
definitely like omnivorous.
No, I don't like it.
Kingfisher.
I can't
That's
help
No,
it.
there's no
whatever they get
storefront.
their hands on.
Is there?
Deer will kick your
I
ass.
You can
think
call
there's a
them and look
place.
it up, but you can't go in and
No.
like look around.
Yeah, there's a store there. You can go in there. What is it on? Michigan Avenue. I don't know exactly. It's where it's always been. It hasn't moved.
What's the store?
Seed Cellar in Jackson.
Oh, seed seller.
I don't know the exact address. I'm trying to think.
Cannabis
I
stop.
know it's Michigan Ave. I know it's old Michigan Ave, just past the Meyer there. Just down past the Meyer on the right hand
So you were
side.
talking about deer. I was like, is it a deer store?
No.
Change topics.
Hey,
There's a deer museum park thing just outside of Jackson.
We could talk about seeds.
Kyle says he pulled up on an 8-point buck behind Burger King.
They got some albinos in there.
Hey, that
Cool.
deer
We
must have
don't
been
have
trying
to
to
get
get those
lost
French
into
toast
deer.
sticks, man.
Deer in Michigan's tuberculosis issues for too long. We can climb out of that one, I suppose.
Anyway, it tasted really great. You did good.
Thanks. I
Good
appreciate it.
job, Brad.
We've talked about a lot of topics on the late sesh, but I think this is the longest that we've lingered on
Okay, Rick is right.
deer and roadkill and whatnot.
Shout out to Rick and Chad. He says off Coop. So it's the corner of Michigan Ave and Cooper. Rick Wolf. Thanks, Rick.
Michigan Ave and Cooper.
It's like right on that.
To the seed seller.
It might be one or two doors down, but it's right there.
Get yourself some seeds.
Get yourself some seeds.
Get yourself some seeds.
Singing.
Got to have a happy dance and walk when you go there.
I would try to find their website or something, and then I'm sure their address is on there. I just don't know it because I don't.
Oh, I got something fun.
You go there.
I got weed on a stick. Bud on a stick.
Weed on a stick.
Dude,
Yeah.
they haven't fucking flowered anything since like October, dude. It's been treacherous. We were supposed to get a crop in like early November, but then we had a order to take care of, so we cut back a bunch of clones for good
Free buddy
friends.
sequence.
Yeah, for
Some
good
Citrique.
friends.
We do have that though.
Oh, sequence. Yeah, dude. They probably got some roots, man.
Some
Anytime
of
you
them
want
do.
to are in the area, I should tell you now.
Sequence, are you going to thank
Anytime
Becca
you're in
for
the
that
area.
or what?
That way, if it takes you a few weeks or a month or so, those
I know that if anything got done, Becca was responsible.
Becca was the doer of the thing.
That's sometimes true, but not always true.
Thanks.
Fair. He goes, I'll take it.
Take it sometimes. That's cool. Flow, dude. Flow. Let's see. Broke a little bottom off of
It's
the flow plant.
snapped there so
it
heavy.
snapped, she says. I think she just wanted to take it home and smoke it, honestly. She was talking about taking a
Mix it up.
clone early, and I forgot to. She's like, let's get some CBG off those plants and take one early. It's just been drying out here in the house. We just snapped it off the plant and brought it home. We had a couple
No, it legitimately was snapped off.
I believe you. I do believe you. I'm just telling it for story purposes that
Story time.
on
Excellent.
purpose. She wanted to smoke this thing. So we're gonna smoke it. So yeah, get the early butter. I mean, you know, it's
What's the
probably-
terps like coming off of it?
flows like very floral, little lemon. It's probably like lime
but
and
not
pine.
like sweet floral.
That's a good
Linalool. It's
question
definitely
from,
got a
Leslie Bell.
lavender, little lavender.
Like a citrus floral, then you'd say?
Yeah, citrus floral. And the way I've always described it. When I first started smelling it, it was really good and fresh. It has like a very slight little lemon. I was always like, that's like a lemon head. Like the
So does
candy.
that come with like an uppy high?
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
relaxed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like uplifted, kind of.
It's
Light.
not one of those
It's not euphoric
it's not one of those make you all paranoid and
or that.
anxious or anything like that. It's like an actual sativa type of a plant where it'll actually pick you up and relax you and chill out your mood, give you a nice energy boost, get through the day.
I've been loving this fucking Limelight from Brandon Rust. I've been smoking that and that Orange Dream Haze back to back, and it's just fucking.
The lower in THC.
There's just flavor explosion. I don't know what the THC on this is. I'd have to get it tested or whatever, but I didn't get a cut of it. So actually today I went down and got the other. I went
Oh,
got
no, I
the
was
rest,
saying
rest
that
of
the
the
flow.
seeds.
The flow is lower in THC.
Oh, this flow is.
Yeah, it's only
Did
like
you have it
16.
tested?
Yeah, it's only like 16, 17%.
Oh, that's
I've been growing this for like 6 or 7 years, 5 or 6 years, something like that.
I've had
I've
some
had the
stuff
same cut
tested
for a really long
pretty
time.
low like that and still hit me pretty fucking hard though. So I don't care if it's If it's over 15,
it's the terps.
yeah,
The numbers, man.
Exactly.
All those other cannabinoids you're not testing.
Red with the grinder
He's trying
whacking.
So
Damn
much
it, Red.
also to be quiet while he's doing it.
Sounds of the.
That
Just do
was
it loud.
Just keeps
Get it
he
over
won't
with.
hit the
No.
mute.
I want
Just keep doing
everybody
it.
to go back about 50 episodes, and Scobo was like, "Don't worry about it, man. It's just the sound of the smoke sesh."
He remembers it though.
So I remember
also
that,
do remember that.
and
but
so
that
you
was
get
on
the-
Polarity. That wasn't on Late Sesh.
I was on Late Sesh too. I swear it was probably even there.
I don't remember it because I would have been like, "Fuck that! It is." It's just annoying as shit.
But anyways, I found the rest of that seed pack, and I found out it's the F1s. So it's what you can buy on the website, and what I've actually brought into work too are the F2s of that Limelight. But what I've actually popped were F1s. So I'm
Oh,
going to be
shit,
popping
something
more.
different.
I put them on my desk, and tomorrow I'm going to pop some more of those.
Shout out to Brandon and Russ yesterday for coming through and doing the Bro Show live with us. There's so much information. I'm sure that somebody in the chat has watched the show at least 2 or 3 times already and still trying to take notes from it.
Yeah, I'm excited to try
it
that.
was difficult for me
carbon-based
to
stuff.
wrap my brain around a lot.
Yeah,
of
it was a lot of information to learn.
It was so scientific, and a lot of us just haven't,
Like the terms, the phrase,
Yeah.
like the different.
Hey, man, you speak for yourself. I was following what he was saying.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
I was following what he was saying for the most part, but a lot of those scientific terms,
I was in and out for sure.
In
of
short,
understanding.
I think he was explaining the relationship between calcium and potassium, and how
Thanks,
important
Kingfisher.
it
Me
is,
too.
And magnesium.
and how important magnesium and sulfur are, and sodium as well, and how little sodium you need,
Yes.
and what's going on with when you have too excess of one, and how it affects the other.
I had an epiphany yesterday while he was talking. I didn't want to break his fucking vibe or anything, but I realized when I said that it took me, several cycles for that 4x8 bed to be kicking it out was probably because I had too much of something in there that was just making it like, nope, you're gonna have to wait till you die off, and then we'll let you get some decent plants out of this.
I like how he was talking about using data-driven analysis, like testing the soil, figuring out what you needed to adjust it to, and then putting that in there. And it wasn't even a high cost to do it.
Yeah, I kept wanting to jump in and ask, and it slipped my mind or whatever. But I wanted to ask like several times to remember. I wanted to ask exactly how many times during a cycle, like from clone to harvest, how many times are you testing the soil in that time? How many times are you taking leaf samples?
He said that normally he recommends 2 times. So at the beginning of the cycle and then 2 weeks into flower, he said they test it again.
So at the same time, he's taking a soil sample and a leaf test.
I'm not sure about the leaves, but yeah.
I was just curious to see how exactly, like trying to wrap my mind around how many tests and cost per cycle that would be.
The only problem that I had when I was listening was he was talking about that doing it 2 weeks before flower is you're taking into consideration that you've got to send this out because we don't have a working relationship with somebody to do our testing like this. And then when we get it back, how long is it going to take something to be organically available to the plant? If I say, oh man, you're really, really low on this, you need to add this. How long is it going to take before that's available in a top dress?
Well, that's why my man Brandon went out and made his own goddamn nutrient base.
Exactly.
He didn't make it, but he found it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
He said it was directly available, right?
Yes,
As soon as you put it in, it was directly.
Yep, this carbon-based stuff that he's got. I've got it on order. I'm waiting for it to come.
Which
So we'll
is
see.
It's connected
essentially
to the carbon. See,
Everything
which is
ties to
essentially
carbon.
how
You were
hydroponic
listening.
systems work.
It's through osmosis is how you learned it. You just wicked it up.
Same
You
way.
chug the information.
I had a
Same way our
question
hydro
for him that I
systems
didn't get a
Fast
chance
flow,
to ask.
Scobo.
It's
What was
just
that?
using
What'd you want to know, Painted Lady?
natural
I wanted
products.
to ask him about then biochar, because I have a bag of biochar down there that I add.
Okay.
So when he was talking about carbon and all that, wouldn't that be
Yeah.
kind of the same thing as my bag of biochar?
It would be
And like-
similar for sure.
And I
It would
wanted
be.
to ask him the difference, if he could explain the difference between the pre-charged and the,
So
Well,
they
one is that
I
it's going to
think he
soak
was-
it up.
I think he was just referring it to being like carbon molecule everything organic has a carbon structure. I don't think he was talking about like using.
No, but
carbon.
He also was talking about having carbon, increasing the carbon in your soil increases the biology in the soil.
Yeah, and so, I just didn't get a chance.
That would be the same things like what she's saying if she were to add the biochar. But yeah, the difference in the biochar is it's like a sponge. Okay, so it comes empty. So if you put it in empty, it's actually going to suck things up. So to prevent that from being a problem, you just soak it in like a nutrient dense something.
Oh, so that's
like a tea is what I use.
I was going to ask if because his product it's connecting the different molecules to the carbon so that it can be bioavailable. So if it's not connecting with the carbon, it won't be bioavailable.
And they can react with each other. So the carbon's acting like a way to hold those from reacting with each other, and they're reacting with the carbon instead. And then the plant, when the carbon gets broken down, those are available to the plant to pull up. And also, like the whole definition, the technical definition of organic is carbon based. So
yeah, that's where I was going with.
That makes his nutrient 100% organic, and you wouldn't be able to argue because it's all carbon based.
That's what I wanted to ask. So cool. I guess.
So like for your biochar, all you'd have to do, Painted Lady, is if you have any kind of and I think you do. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think some of your yellow bottles or something had like a microbes. So anything with microbes in it, that's what you need to charge biochar with, is because it's basically a home for microbes.
Yep, it's an apartment.
Anything like a microbe product, mix it up like you would, like you were going to water your plants with it, and just soak your biochar in that, and then you can apply that to your soil.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, then, because I always use recharge every time I water and I transplant.
Oh, that would be fine.
I just mix the biochar in with my soil and then I water with recharge. So.
Oh, that'd be fine.
Same diff.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
Yep. Because if it's pulling biology into the, in the soil where the biochar is, you're replacing it with the recharge anyway. So who cares? So cool. Yeah, you're good.
And I always use my Azos and Mycos.
Man.
Azos and Mycos.
From Extreme Gardening.
We use that stuff at scale too, so that's how much we believe in it. So I mean, it's
not right. Exactly. It's not cheap, man.
No.
Oh my god, the bags we get are like big fucking bags, like dog food bags.
Oh my god.
It's just like huge.
I can't imagine that much fucking Mycos, man.
Hey, shout out to those guys and supporting growers. They're always giving out mad samples at conventions and stuff.
Yeah, when I seen them at Buddy's.
I've ran almost completely with not even buying any at home from the samples I can get.
Man, I always having to buy it, especially when I knock it off the counter. That sucks.
I'm real stingy with it too. I see a lot of people go heavy as fuck with it, and I'm like, nah, man. I'm real stingy. Yeah. yeah. I'm not quite like that. I'm close.
I like sequences with the orange juice and some mimosas.
Just a splash.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. That stuff is the shit. I heard it's the poor man's great white. That's what somebody said to me. I can't remember who it was.
What is?
Azos and Mycos. Just buying them separately.
I've tried Great White before, and it was pretty good. But yeah, that shit's not cheap either.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, apparently. I've never actually used Great White because I've always I used to watch The Grateful Grower. And that's how really who I pretty much learned how to grow from with cloning and transplanting and stuff. I used to watch his videos on YouTube. And he always used Azos and Mycos. So I went to Grow Green. And I got some Azos and Mycos, and I started using that with every transplant, and I just never switched because it always really worked well. So
I believe that's a Michigan company that
Extreme Gardening. I don't know. I really am not quite sure, but it worked. It's always worked really well for me, and you hardly need any of it. Like you said, Spartan, only need like a barely little tiny amount, just the
we're just trying to populate. It's all you're trying to do.
We've seen mushrooms growing out of our fucking pots sometimes and shit from that. Just like we know that shit's working, we know that it's doing something for sure, and that's in fucking cocoa. That's not even in soil.
Yeah. I keep my veg room. My veg room was like 83 earlier. It just gets really warm down there, even with it being cold. Well, we're warmer today, but I don't know. Got our snowstorm coming, so we'll see what happens in the next couple days.
Good insulator.
Everybody better go to the grocery store if you need something. All of our Michigan peeps.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. I think
better go to the grocery store.
I've got so
you gotta
much.
be organic and just be like, fuck it, I don't need nothing from those.
Yeah, I was saying,
buying the water bottles.
I got enough top dress to last me for a year, man.
Exactly. It's going to scrape.
I got enough Jacks to last me for 5.
Hey, perfect.
Red, when you buy Jacks, you buy the dog food bag of it.
They're 25 pounds. They're not that big, but yeah.
Okay, small dog bag of dog.
Small
food.
dog food.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just.
You go to the store, you'd think we were getting hit by a hurricane with the way people.
It was crazy.
We can't be
today.
pussies now. We talk so much shit to all these other states about winter and stuff. Man up.
I went to the store this weekend just because it was the weekend, and that's the only time I have really go to the store. And I'm super glad I did now, because now I know these. I bet you if you go to the stores right now, half the shelves are empty and people are panic buying fucking everything.
Meyer was crazy.
Dude, I had to hit a lady to get some milk.
Did you really?
Yeah, dude. But dog world out there.
Yeah. As long as I can get to work and get back, that's all I give a damn about. I'm not going to be happy if I have to shovel. If I can run over it, I'm fine. If I have to shovel, I'm not fucking going to be happy.
You're going to have to shovel.
Because I've already been running over it. So there's going to be that icy fucking shit underneath already.
Oh, yeah. That's why I have. I
but tomorrow's supposed to be 41, guys. Maybe all that shit will melt.
A lot of it's
That's true. It will melt.
Well, never forget that the higher the temperature, the larger the flakes too. So when you start talking about a high snow accumulation, it's usually in the upper 20s. So
yeah, we're gonna climb out of this cold weather belt,
little frozen ice pieces that like fucking burn the shit out of you.
Right.
We've been pretty, lucky though. We've been pretty lucky this whole fucking year. We didn't get hit with too much shit. At least I haven't. In Jackson, I've been real fucking lucky. So if we get hit, we get hit.
Storm here, and
we had like
over 12 inches. So
if I can get out of the season with only having to shovel 2 or 3 times, dude.
A foot of snow is usually having to fucking shovel, but I think I might have to shovel that.
Red's the only lucky one that doesn't have any kind of driveway, so it's not like he's got shit to shovel. The cars fucking take up.
You haven't been to the farm.
Easement on the end there.
I have a parking lot I have to clear.
Oh man,
I didn't think about that part, bro.
It's a good 100 feet. It's a good 100-foot driveway that I clear out. Probably a good 2 car lengths wide, but on that other one, maybe a little less.
I'm wondering how much snow I can ignore with my truck.
Can I drive over? Yeah,
like maybe all of it.
Maybe
the guy that has that one.
Maybe it's 60 feet.
Driveway.
Maybe it's 60 feet.
Got to get it in tracks.
So really, that's a good question. How many of us have generators? I don't have a generator. I can survive for. Well, it's never been a situation where it hasn't worked so far. But I have battery lights that can keep my cycle and my veg, and I'll be fine. As far as heat goes, I have natural gas. So if it gets cold enough to where I'm worried about it, I'll just turn my fucking stove on, and I'll heat this bitch up real quick. And just fucking, I'll be fine.
That's some first apartment type shit there.
We got a wood burning fireplace.
Put a fan in front of the stove, man. We'll be good.
Yeah,
we won't freeze.
Wood burning fireplace, plenty of wood to get us through at least a couple days. So,
that's nice.
It'd be good for a couple days.
Lose power? Why would we do that?
Why would we lose power? Too much snow.
We all got fire in the garden, brother.
Because the snow,
it's my genetics, man.
We'll stick to these because it's kind of warm weather too. So the snow will stick to these trees and it'll build up weight on the trees and then it'll break branches that fall on the idiotic fucking power lines that we still have hanging in the air for some stupid goddamn reason.
I don't want to run my generator at the farm in the winter. Don't talk this into existence. My power goes out every time we have a fucking storm, dude. I don't want to go hang out. I have to take time off of work and all kinds of crap. And
supposedly, this is the biggest
storm. We're running a skeleton.
78, right?
What's that?
This is supposed to be the biggest storm since 78.
Oh, you know what?
78.
1978. So.
That was the year I was born. A lot of great things happened that year.
Was the great storm of 1989. I remember it well. Snow was up to my waist.
No, the storm in '89 was the big fucking ice storm.
My waist was only
when it was like snapping lines and shit.
I wish I got
5
paid to
months
pretend to be a
I'm all
psychic.
torso, of course.
It snowed over my head. I was 4 months old.
I thought they were sticking you in the snowbanks up there to toughen you up, and that way you get that impervious beard growing later on in life. The armor.
I just go play in the snowbanks. That was my thing. I'd dig igloos out of them, go in there and I'd tunnel out the giant snowbanks, and just hope that a plow doesn't come through. And
Yeah.
Dude, I hate it because I live on a main road, so whenever they snow like this, I'll have my whole driveway done, and then the snowplow will go by, and there's not like another driveway next to mine. It's like, so it gets a good 45 push, you know what I mean? And then it just
Skilbo, you got to do the
in
mushroom,
my
man.
driveway, man.
You don't know the mushroom? You don't know the mushroom tip?
Oh, it doesn't matter, bro. When it's pushing 45 feet of snow along the fucking boulevard on high curbs, and then it just
Did you see that rogue snowplow driver that went?
Oh man,
pushing back the backings, pushing the backings back.
He pushed
Gotta push back the backings.
into all these oncoming cars and broke all their windshields and caused a huge accident and everything.
Yeah, that would piss me.
Getting vengeance for all.
Oh,
of
me too,
oh
dude.
my God, I'd be so fucking mad.
Oh, me too. I would have been furious. So scary. That one car was like a little one too. I don't know what that was, but
What the fuck? It was like a smart car or something, but it fucked the car. It was like, yeah, here you go. Damn, you're on it. Fucking, that's some Jamie caliber shit right there. Look at this. Now, where does it show this? Here it goes.
These cars.
Look at this car here.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that was a fight.
Yeah, look.
Woo! He shot that shit all over those oncoming cars.
That was
the video I saw. Took a little smart car and it went off the road into a ditch. Fucking, it was still going at the end of the video. I'm like,
I know it went forever.
Damn.
Was he intentionally pushing the snow over like that, or was he making a mistake? That was he was just pissed off.
I think it was a mistake, but yeah, he was intentionally plowing it over. Damaged 50 cars. It said.
Just not thinking. First day on the job.
Not great.
Last day on the job. Bad day for a lot of
first
people.
and last day on the job.
He's been plowing snow since 2015. This says.
Oh well, shit, man. He's got to know.
He was having a moment.
Did you tell him a baggie? Is that what happened to him? He got all twisted up and fucking.
Yeah, he was eating some.
Gotta go plow the snow.
Forks full of RSO that morning.
These roads, it's not like these roads like stay in one place and don't move, man. These roads.
What the fuck? Yeah. Holy shit! It broke the window out of that fucking big semi.
Window out of the semi trucks.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
When did this happen? Just recently?
I got to stock up on power steering fluid. That's what I got to stock up on.
Steering fluid.
Yeah, dude. Fucking power. I lost my power steering. I got my one car. I got something going on. I'm not getting fuel, right? So it shuts off whenever I slow down. So I'm on the highway trying to get off the expressway. I lose my power steering like every time. I'm going to work like 3 days a week. I'm just all right. Get ready. I'm like, Becca, hold on. We're about to die. Car's about to shut off. We're getting off the expressway. And sure enough,
maybe it's just your belt. Maybe your belt's slipping or something.
No, it's not a belt. It's not getting gas. I got to fucking. It's either my gas pump or it's a fucking exhaust gas valve sensor, some shit, something going on with it. But anyways, so drive my Focus around. Sure enough, I fucking Focus. No, dude, I finally got my Grand Am fixed up. So that's a nice winter car because it's a fucking boat, dude. You know what I mean? It's a 4-door like big car. It's nice and heavy. Right. It's great in the winter time, and sure enough, it's been shutting off, so I can't drive it. It's been too cold to fuck with it. So it shouldn't be too big of a job if I can fuck with it. If it's the fuel tank, I'm probably gonna sell it. Or if it's the fucking fuel, I'm probably just gonna
down the road.
How long are you waiting on this Bronco? How long before that?
Yeah. Why aren't we rolling the Becca-mobile instead? Why are we riding the Red Death-mobile?
I want to wish it into existence so it'll be here before fucking March. But
I thought you had a date. I didn't realize.
I have a build date, but so do a lot of people. A lot of people have build dates, and months later, no Broncos. So there's a lot of shit going on with that whole thing. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's a whole nother.
He doesn't like to drive my car for some reason, so we don't ever take my car.
Shit, I'd be driving yours all the
I don't
time.
mind driving her car. At the moment, she just has a headlight out.
Yeah, I do.
So I don't want to just get flicked. I just don't want to get flicked. Yeah, I've been flicked for less. You know.
I'll just drive it. I guess
That's like $25.
I have
Mhm.
it.
Right.
We
Maybe
have
some scuff knuckles or something.
we have some headlights for it, man. It's all about time.
Dude, I still got some
It's
headlights.
really frustrating day sometimes.
less
those
than
headlights
less
out.
than-
Also been, like,
I'm not sticking my hands down in a headlight when it's 5 degrees
I
out.
was just gonna say it's also been minus 200 out there. Whatever the fuck it's been.
It's not
I
fucking-
No
I
fun.
said scuff knuckles.
That's why I haven't pulled apart the engine on my Grand Am. That's why I'm not fucking with my power steering. I got to put in a new power steering pump.
Tomorrow, it's gonna be 41 degrees tomorrow. 41 degrees tomorrow. You gotta do all that shit tomorrow when it's warm.
Nope, not happening. I'm gonna stock up on power steering fluid and just keep adding it as it depletes itself until.
And if you have a generator at your shop, get some gas or whatever you need to run that.
And
Make
hope
sure you
that
have that.
Bronco comes in the next.
Dude,
3 weeks.
my dad used to have a 77 Chevy van that was a big sipper like that on the fucking power steering fluid.
Yeah,
You just drive around with
well,
one of those in the car and shit.
I honestly just think that I've been low because I've been topping off my fucking power brake expansion tank.
What?
Thinking that it was my power steering fluid.
A little bit.
Don't ask me
Sequence.
why. Don't ask me why, man.
Get
I
him,
just
sequence.
I didn't even see the fucking expansion tank there. I didn't
Thank
see
you.
it there.
I was waiting
Yeah.
for that.
So I've been topping off. It said it took dot
My
3,
bad.
dude. It takes fucking power steering fluid in here, blah blah blah.
What
Take
sorts
dot-
of shit do you got in your oil, bro?
Oh, dude, you should
Putting
see the color of
antifreeze in
this
the
power
oil and
steering
shit.
fluid. Power steering fluid's like the color of nice fresh coffee.
It's
Oh
not
my
wet
God.
anymore, huh?
Is that
Oh,
exciting?
this
to
car's
you?
15 years old, man. This is yeah. So I topped off the power steering fluid. I mean, I finally found the reservoir that was
That's
just
what's holding it
covered
all
in
together.
oil.
Don't
It's been
fucking change
covered in
that.
oil. You can't see it. It's black. It matches the rest of the engine. So it's
That's
like,
holding
there
that
it
shit
is.
together, man. Leave it
There
in
it
there.
is. Filled that sucker up, and then I filled it up again, and I got some decent fluid, haha, pun, motion going on with it.
This is some questionable car stuff here.
Maintenance, yeah.
I know what I'm
man.
doing here. We'll keep it
That
running for
Bronco
another
bought
3
Lucas
weeks.
shit. That
I'm praying that Bronco comes to you soon.
Thanks, man.
Fred.
Red,
Thanks.
how much Lucas shit you got
Like,
running in the
good
car?
news soon.
Safety of everyone on the road.
Willing into existence. Well, I got one door handle, another door that doesn't really open too well. I got.
Do you have Dukes of Hazzard doors? You got to climb through the window on one side?
I
No,
climb
he
through
has
my
to
hatch.
open the
Sometimes I got to
passenger.
open the door for her on the one side.
Hey,
The
y'all
Grand-
remember what we were talking about Burger King and shit earlier? You all know you've been behind that person that's in the struggle that has to like open their fucking car door and reach around the corner to
Yep.
pull up a little bit further. and shit.
Yeah.
It's not working.
The Grand
Some of
Am
us
would
have
be
been
nice.
unlucky enough to be that person.
The Grand Am's a nice car too, man. But if the fuel pump's gone on it, I don't want to fuck with that. I gotta drop the fuel tank, and that's somebody else's job, and that's not gonna be cheap. So I have to wait for somebody else to have to fuck with that. Yeah, I
Man,
can't
everybody's
let my
having bad. A lot of people in the crew are having bad luck with their vehicles
Oh,
right now.
hey,
if
fucking
it's not
Baked is
the
the one I'm
fuel tank
thinking of.
though, if it's
Oh
not
my
fuel tank,
god, Baked has to buy an engine so he can fucking sell his car. That's
That's
fucking
so fucking
yeah,
heartbreaking.
crazy.
I get
dude.
that one. That's
Fucking
rough, dude.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
rough.
He needs a whole
Oh.
engine for that. Dude, that's not going to be cheap at all.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
and-
trying to fix these.
Yeah.
Straight up not having a
Even-
good time.
And the manufacturer says, "Yeah, fuck you." That's what their opinion is on
I
it.
got him
They-
fixed
Oh,
up. And I'll
fine
sell
one.
him. I'll sell him one of my cars, man. He's got. he wants one.
Red's
It's
Rex.
just
That's the name of
explains
it.
all the issues.
I mean, well, the Grand
Yeah,
Am
no,
also needs a steering
After you
pump.
just
I can hear it on
explained
the Grand Am. I
the-
probably just need to fill up the fluid, honestly, on the Grand Am. It's probably. I
Red,
probably
is it a
just been filling
96 Grand Am?
up- It's like a 99. So.
Still a boat at that.
Dude, my Focus isn't much newer. I mean, that fucker's 2007. I'm the original. I bought that thing with 40 miles on it. And it has over 210,000 miles on it.
Fuck.
Yeah, 15
Rolling.
years with that sucker.
Just keep changing the oil, right?
It is.
Believe this one, the Grand Am only has like 58,000 miles on it. That sucker's got barely anything on that.
Well, that
end.
sounds like it was a lemon from the beginning.
Dude.
Yeah, the car market right now is stupid.
It's I honestly just I don't
Dumb.
think it's the fuel pump. I really do think it's a valve. I just think it's dirty, man. It's 20 years old, 22 years old. It's fucking old. 23 years
It's
old.
legal to drink now.
It's got seals and belts that are creaking and cranking. And it sure needs some fluids topped off. It probably
Smokes
needs,
a lot of weed, man.
yeah. It's been through the ringer. Old Betty White collar.
Oh, too
Named
soon.
before.
It's not
Yeah.
too. It was we named her before Betty White passed. How can that be
Yeah.
too soon?
Dude, your car is dead.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh fuck! Now
Maybe
it's-
that's what happened.
No.
Maybe that was the curse of it.
Oh
Yeah.
no, we like Oh, she took the car with her.
We named
I
it.
wouldn't even-
I wouldn't ask, man. It was my grandma's name. It was my other grandma, not the grandma that actually gave me the car. A different grandma. I guess it doesn't really make sense, but it was to pay homage to both my grandmas in one car. Why not? You know what I mean? I like to kill many birds with as few stones as possible.
Well, damn, Randy.
Yeah,
all I gotta say
we
is
need
you
meat
can,
for the stew, so we got to kill birds.
You can tell that Becca likes you.
She's willing to ride in these rides.
We're gonna keep her running, man.
She's riding around.
Yep.
I want to keep that car riding too. It's only got
fucking
60,000 miles, less than 60,000 miles on it.
We're probably climbing in through the hatch.
Becca's so down they could get bus passes together.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you know you're down.
I've had to sit in that seat before like this, all the way to Luzerne.
Oh my
Ooh,
god,
that's
that's a
big.
long
Packed.
way.
And sitting
Yeah.
up straight.
Hey, that Focus will I used to pack all my DJ equipment, turntables and records and speakers, like big fucking speakers and all kinds of shit in this little fucking Focus. It was like a clown car watching me pull shit out. This thing, dude, I'm not kidding, dude. How much gear I'd pull out of this thing, and then a suit. You know, I'd pull my suit out. You know,
It was just magically laying on top of everything.
Yeah, my unwrinkled suit, you know, comes out glistening.
Seersucker.
But like, dude,
I picture like a scene out of The Wedding Singer, but with red.
yeah, similar. Yeah, very similar. Where this car is just fucking. I want to pull in a nice fucking vehicle, you know, but no, dude, they ordered this dude who's gonna come out and fucking hoopty fucking pulling in with some old 1970s turntables. Hey, what's up, man? Smoking a joint. What's going on? Let's rock this party. So hey, if you want your wedding DJ'd by I may or may not get there because my car may break down, but hey, let's rock out this house. Let's do it. $400 an hour.
There you go.
Speaking of DJs and stuff, I saw that the guy from WKRP died the other day. Which one was it, Skilbo?
Hessman.
Wasn't it the guy that was like the?
Oh, it's Johnny Fever.
Yeah, man.
Johnny Fever, yeah. Howard Hessman was his name.
Okay, that's what I thought. Johnny Fever. Man, that was a good show. That was funny. For all you old boomers out there.
WKRP in Cincinnati, so you guys talking about?
Yeah, so you had like I'm trying to
remember my parents watching it. I don't remember the watching.
So you had like let's see, Les Nessman was the weather dude or the news guy, and then Herb Tarlington was the dude in the loud suits and shit.
It's a ridiculous
So
name.
sad for him.
Herb Tarlington, yeah. And then Andy was the station manager. Jennifer was the chick that the Lonnie Anderson chick.
Yeah.
I remember they were wearing
Venus
like,
Flytrap.
They were like
black dude.
70s outfits because I remember like almost like bell bottom
It was
pants.
the 70s, yeah.
Yeah,
It came out in like 78. I think it was the same year you were born, bro.
Yeah.
It's all coming full circle this storm.
I'm sure
man.
they were watching reruns or whatever. I'm sure I don't remember from them watching when I was 1.
That 4-month-old shit, you know, during the storm. That's when Bruce goes chilling.
During the blizzard, we were stuck in watching and we just watched WKRP.
Who was the radio DJ? Gosh, dude, I don't know if it was WRIF or if it was one of those. I want to say it was the WRIF, man. I don't think it was.
What are you talking about?
88.7.
Yeah,
this. Okay, all right. He was
you
a radio
fill in
DJ.
more blanks, bro. For
Radio
us to
DJ.
guess.
I know. A radio DJ.
WLLZ.
He would have this radio show, you know, and he would kind of talk like Tommy Chong. He kind of had this like Tommy Chong fucking thing going on, you know. But he would tell some really cool stories and stuff. And then I feel like Sunday nights, I don't think that was, it might have been on the same station that this other dude was on. So that's why it's not I'm thinking that it's not the riff. Nights of Dallas Cooper, which was not local, but he would broadcast from like Arizona or wherever he was hometowned at. But he would talk about time in Detroit and when he was in Detroit. Nights of Dallas Cooper was a cool, like he actually played some really good fucking, played some really cool fucking music too, man. And had a really cool little radio show that he would talk. He would interview people and stuff, and it was very cool. I don't know how long ago that was on. It was at least 10 years ago from the last time I probably heard it. But I used to listen to tons of radio show. You know, I used to do tons of driving, you know, when I was 18, 19, did tons of commuting for work, you know, work an hour away from my house daily, went to school an hour away from my house for years, you know. So it was just commuting for years after, you know, pretty much right after I could drive. There's just nothing to listen to but the radio, man. I didn't have that many CDs. You know what I mean? So
the radio were the good old days, man. I remember listen to the radio when the song, I would call and I would call and call and call, and then I would ask them to play Joan Jett every time, and then they would play it, and then I would run up to the radio with my cool little fucking boom box that I got for my birthday that was like one of those slick, like slim ones, and I would run up there and I would hold it and record it with
it's funny.
tape.
You had the cassette tape in the boombox? Fuck
Hell
yes.
yeah,
That was the fucking fuck yes, man.
Yep,
I remember
I could
I had so many recorded tapes. I had like the little suitcase that they all slid into.
Yep. Dude,
did you ever make a mixtape, Spartan?
Fuck yes, I made a million mixtapes, man.
Fuck yeah, man. Come on.
I mean, like for a girl.
Yeah, come on, man.
No, I made them for guys. Yes, I made them for girls.
I made it for girls.
It's funny? That old Gen 3 Grand Am and that old
horn,
Gen 1 Focus that I still drive around. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have to drive. CDs and or just the radio. So.
Oh yeah, you played a CD the other day.
Yes, I played a CD the other
It's
day.
probably been stuck in there since 2007.
I remember when they made the CDs that you could do CDRs and you could make mixtapes on your CDs. That was
RWs,
on
man.
CDs.
Like those rewritables, not just
RWs.
CDRs.
Fuck yeah, RWs.
Lime River Rose.
What do you think of that, Painted Lady?
What was
I
that
like
one?
it.
That's Lime River Rose, you said?
Yeah.
I want to hear about
Just slow down so I didn't slur the shit under that.
the Pickle Fino. Have you been able to smoke that?
Yes.
So
And
what's the verdict?
I mean, it hasn't cured yet, but it's, just got dried. And, well, we smoked it early the other day. I think the pickle terps came through. He thinks the sweetness, is that what you said? The dropped off?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the sweetness dropped off, but I wasn't tasting the pickles very strong in it. She said she was, though.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see once it cures.
Yeah, I'll just try it again.
Because it was fresh. It was freshly trimmed.
Right.
So,
Give it like another week or two.
yeah, I think it's going to come out. I do. So we'll see what happens. But right now,
did you get any impressions on the high at all? Like, was it like uplifting or narcotic?
Yeah, I thought it was a nice hybrid. I didn't think it was too crazy sativa, and I didn't think it was anything that was couch lock or anything either. So that really made me tired. So
Potency will come out through the cure too, though.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
I tell you what, this fucking lime lice is fucking potent. If you keep smoking, you get the fucking racing heart. Shit.
Oh,
love that shit.
Hey, now.
Well, that's how it's hitting me anyway.
Daddy Red says Arthur Pennahollow, WRF. I wonder if that's the dude I'm talking about. I bet that
your DJ, yeah.
Yeah, he sounds like a dude who's been on there for fucking 30 years or 40 years. Daddy Red used to have an old toolbox with a WRF sticker on it. He listens to old country stations nowadays.
So here's a good one for your Red. For WRIF, I'm super old, so I can really remember a lot of these older DJs. And it's funny now that I'm older and I think of this one DJ's name, it fucking cracks me up. And I know it's going to get one of you at least. So there used to be this dude named Dick the Bruiser. Does anybody remember Dick the Bruiser? Now, if you think about that name, it's kind of funny.
I don't. Dick the Bruiser?
Definitely a porn name.
It's easier.
Is that what he was? Was he
I don't get it.
A DJ during a disc jockey in the nighttime and a porn star during the daytime?
Who knows what his day gig was, man?
He mixed up his handles.
You got to have good lighting, of course.
Broke his ankles with a crossover.
Man, why was he bruising his dick though? I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that. It sounds.
Some people do. They want women to step on them with heels and stuff.
I don't understand that shit. I do not understand it.
Dude, I don't either.
Daddy even hashtag.
Oh, hold on. Let me know.
Daddy Red says wrestler. I say dick wrestler.
Oh, that's right. He was a wrestler, wasn't he? There you go.
He was a wrestler.
That's even worse then.
Thank you, Daddy Red. Keep us honest up in here. We want to have 100% correct
with Daddy Red.
I appreciate that.
Dick the Bruiser.
Okay.
He's old school.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, Daddy Red's old school Detroit native for a long time.
There we go. We have a second source. We got Eric first
There you
backing
go.
up Daddy Red.
They used to have this TV show. It used to be called like Big Time Wrestling, and it was like in Detroit. It's
I love the local
what's his
wrestling.
name, the Sheik or some shit.
Yeah.
I think.
Baby,
Come on,
come
Daddy
back.
Red, help me out. Was it the Sheik that had that Big Time Wrestling thing?
The Sheik.
I know Dan
The
Severn would do he has a minor league wrestling around, I think, Coldwater or somewhere around there.
Oh, some
That's where his
outlaw
training
mud show
started.
shit. Yeah.
Say minor
It's like
wrestling.
minor league. I don't know.
Oh, minor.
Minor league. I'm gonna get
league
called up to the big
wrestling.
leagues.
You're talking about like
Yeah,
kids.
Dan
that wrestle.
Severn did wrestle
What?
for WWF at the time, but he went and started his own thing. So I don't know what else you call that. Like he trains people to try out for the WWE, whatever that's called.
He's in the MMA Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he fucking was in. Was it number one? I don't know if he was in the first one, but he was in the very early ones for sure. Like 3 and 4. He did beat, or at least a draw with Gracie. I don't know if he beat Gracie.
I think he's famous for beating Ken Shamrock. I think
Oh,
that's
shit.
his big win.
That he was a
I'm not
huge name in the
I don't
very
know
beginning.
history, but
I love watching him throw. He did the like Greek and Roman wrestling. He was just throwing people around. I love watching him fucking do his thing.
Were the first action figures of wrestlers?
No, G.I. Joe, probably.
Well, so
I don't know.
beside like the large size G.I.
Yeah,
Joe,
like the
that was
60s
before
G.I. Joe.
wrestlers. 60s
Yeah, like
G.I.
a dolls. Yeah, they look like dolls almost.
Yeah,
It's
kind of
like tall like a Barbie
size,
or some
Barbie
shit.
size, tall like a Barbie.
Yeah.
About,
Yeah.
or I guess the same size as a wrestler figure, right?
I guess. I don't know. I've never seen a wrestler thing.
G.I. Joe.
You don't remember wrestler figures, Spartan? Oh man, yeah, dude,
Sequence
they
what?
were like
No, not that big. Not as big as that big. I've never
No,
seen.
they're like size of like a what? Maybe like about the size of like a
I've seen like regular, like He-Man size. They're about that size.
yeah,
He-Man
kinda like He-Man size.
Yeah, fuck
They're
yeah.
really-
Nothing?
no,
We need a
they're-
He-Man
they're
for
smaller
scale,
than that.
Red.
Yeah, like He-Man and fucking
He-Man for scale.
It's
She-Ra.
smaller than this, maybe like
yeah, like a little bit. Yeah,
yeah, like that.
yeah, I'm with you. Yeah,
guess-
I
yeah,
had,
that's
You know,
bit-
as a
that's a bit
stoner, you
smaller
could
than
use
a
mason
Barbie.
jars to measure things.
I
We all
had
have
those.
an
I
understanding
had
of what a
those
mason
with the
jar
rest-
is.
This is
I
a
had a
quart
wrestling
jar.
menu, I
Quart
had
jar is my
those.
hand. I don't have small little, hands.
And Daddy Red's
I have
getting
a
into
small
Jello
torso,
wrestling now.
not small hands. No, I'm tall
Yeah.
torso, small legs. My legs are actually only 2 feet tall, so figure that.
I'm aware of what you're saying. I used to
What do you-
have those toys.
Cotton Hill, you have no shins that get blown off in the war.
But my knees,
got no shins.
my shoes on my knees, like
The
everybody.
G.I. Joe was the first action figure, Red, 1963.
Damn.
Dude, me with the arcane trivia.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
Yeah.
said 63 though. but-
What year? What year did the first? Okay, what year
That's
did the
right.
first
Like,
come on.
wrestling?
No, wrestling was even later than that. I
Wait
would
a
What about
minute,
say,
your
come on.
Google machine,
Well, of
Red?
course,
You got a
wrestling was
computer.
later.
I'm gonna say wrestling was like 90s.
That's too
Oh,
complicated.
I think I feel
What's
like
the
they had the
question?
dolls. I feel like okay. I'm gonna say the dolls came out in like 80.
What?
Let's go 80. Let's go
Wrestling?
86. Yeah,
The
Oh, you
wrestling
know
dolls?
what? I bet you the
84. 84.
No, 80. It's 84.
Is it 84?
It's
there's gonna be
84.
some Hogan. There's gonna be some Hulk Hogan stuff for sure.
84. Come on,
Early that, but
let's play this game. Let's see if we can.
were there wrestling figures that I'm thinking of? They were like in the 90s.
You're thinking of like The Rock and Stone Cold and shit.
Right.
No, I'm
I had,
thinking of
no,
Hulk
we had-
Hogan and
Yeah, we had Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, fucking Randy Savage.
That's 80s shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
80s.
that was
dudes.
all.
They're all 80s dudes.
Turbo's right,
The
1984.
Undertaker.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm 2 for 2. Let's keep riding.
Oh, we didn't,
Put all my
have
money in. I'm
Undertaker.
gonna go all in on the next one.
Go all in.
Macho Man Randy Savage. Did you already say that, dude? Oh,
Did he?
yeah.
Yeah, Macho
All the
Man.
cocaine and a fucking Slim Jim, and
Jake
that
the
dude is on the
Snake.
road,
He's
man.
dead.
Snake
You
know,
and
he's
his,
dead, yeah.
and his like
You know how he
snake.
died? He died driving, man.
Who's
Oh, he
that?
did?
Yeah, he was driving in fucking. That was
Macho
him and his
Man?
wife. Yeah, down in
Oh,
Florida.
Damn.
shit, dude.
Oh yeah, that's right.
A
Down in
lot of
Florida
those
somewhere.
wrestlers are dead. Or
Well, because they all took so many steroids.
Steroids, stimulants,
And shit. Oh yeah.
a lot of
Oh, yeah.
stimulants.
There's that, and then it's
Pretty
also the other
'Cause
side
the
of it is
bodies get
taking all
fucked up.
these. You're falling all the time and shit, so you get
Yeah.
these problems with pain. So these guys end up having like real problems with prescription painkillers and stuff.
And
so
alcohol,
most of them die, and their averages are in their 40s.
Yeah.
Like you'd be amazed at how many wrestlers have died in their 40s. You'll be like, there's no fucking way that there's 86 of them or however many there are. It's going to be some ridiculous number.
I'm loving chat.
It is
Ric Flair, the Cheek, Chris Benoit.
I'll take a dab.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this
over on Chris Benoit, man. Let's let the music go.
Does this make the volume go down?
Yes.
It does? Okay, good to know.
Chat, can we get a feedback on the level?
I'm just curious.
Sounds good in my headphones.
Figure it out one time, we'll be good.
That might be too low. Let's give it one notch up a little. Yeah, there you go. How's that, chat? Is that too loud? Daddy Red says good.
Fisher agreed. He said to go up, so
he said go up, but we did go up. I think that might have been a latency. Let's see what else we got. I see a good. Kingfisher says we're good now. Cool.
Yeah, good now. All thumbs up.
It was good 15 seconds ago before we leveled up.
I am already high as fuck, but I'm going to smoke one more bowl.
Same, Spartan. I don't need this dab, but I'm going to do it anyway.
As soon as I took the lid off of this fucking lime skunk, holy shit, man, I can just smell it already. Shout out to Broly.
Jealous.
Fuck you, man.
Completely out.
Really good.
Talk about the hashtag comment. Hashtag comment.
My favorite part of the whole thing.
You know, the other gnarly thing that's going on about with the car dealerships nowadays, they're kicking up prices, man, like a motherfucker. I'm talking like Kia Tellurides going for like $20,000 markups, Honda Civics for like $30,000 markups. It's crazy. 2022 Civics going for like 60 grand.
And the used is just as bad. There's like nothing on the fucking lots, man. Have you driven past the lots? They got like nothing.
Yeah, they are. They're empty.
There's nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Super wild.
It's really weird.
Dude, we keep getting letters from the car dealership saying, hey, do you want to sell your car? We'll give you a really good deal on it. You know what I mean? Because they need used cars.
Big shout out to Natalie.
Is that a DOG picture?
Natalie Bradford?
Yeah. Yep.
Natalie Bradford.
Ew.
It's a DOG stitching.
Astro Charlie's
girlfriend. Becca commissioned her to do this, and it's fucking sweet, dude.
Very
Is that the
cute.
picture that was on Instagram, or is it a different one?
I'm not sure. It's a different one. From my understanding,
I've seen that expression from
photos
his
from
ass
my
before.
mom, I think.
I took this specific picture.
Oh, okay. So
That
you
was
took
just
this one?
recently.
Yeah.
They
That's
used
awesome.
that as
Crinkle
a
ear.
Crinkled ear, which is pretty cool. If you don't know,
Cheers,
he had
Esther Charlie.
He had a hematoma. So how you say it? Hematoma.
Hematoma comes from shaking your head too much. It's like
swelled up like a
blood.
balloon, and
Yeah, it's
fucker
a
was
blood blister thing.
Fat for it looked like this, right? Looked like this, fatter, and they had to drain it, and we had to keep it clean and keep it drained, and it turned into a cauliflower, crunched up cauliflower ear. So
It's got wrestler's ear.
Yep.
Bad.
Yep. You got wrestler's ear.
You should have put that
Down.
fucking remember the head protection that they used to have. You know, you
Yep,
put
yep.
it like over your ears. It's got the chin strap.
You got a good one.
I have a weird thing about cauliflower ear. Every time I watch MMA, and
Ooh,
I
it's
see
rough, isn't it?
like a really gnarly cauliflower ear, I just
Oh,
I'm gonna tell her to stop
immediately
this.
imagine my pumpkin carving knife, like my those little
Oh my
like tools. And I just want to cut it off. And
I'm gonna tell her to stop
That's
this.
pretty fucking.
Oh,
rock
Just
star
cut
there,
it
man.
completely off, like take off the side
This
of
is
the
the lady who doesn't want to harm a
Yeah.
single animal.
you
wants
like
to
saw
hold
that
MMA guy
slowly
down
too.
and
You
saw
want to
his
really,
fucking ear off.
you want to really saw this thing up.
Problems with your ears are the worst. I had a piercing that got infected. It like
terrible.
grew around the back of it, my
Ooh.
ear
Sequence
did,
had a problem with a piercing too,
and
but that
it
wasn't from
hurt
his ear.
so bad. In the doc, and they gave me absolutely nothing, and I was all by myself because it was during
Look at him just
COVID,
sweating now.
and it was so bad. Ear troubles are the worst.
I know, just cut it off, and that maybe they'll sprout a
Just
new
go
one.
full
Make
That's
it
Van
what I
Gogh
feel
with
think.
that shit.
better.
Just
Yeah,
zap
That's
it right
what I
off.
re-
You just
Give
grow
them
a
a
new ear.
second chance at a good ear.
Full Van Gogh.
So sad.
That is terrible, Becca. That must have been terrible.
Painted
long
Lady,
did
why
it
do you
take
want to
to
use this
heal?
shitty knife on it though? Why do you want to saw and hack at it rather than
You're
using
not-
like a
you're
clean knife
not
that you could
gonna-
just like Ginsu through?
That is an excellent point. I didn't even consider that. That is an excellent point.
I
That would
think
be
it's because
terrible.
If you
looks
know the
like a
correct
pumpkin
knock,
to me, like it's all
it'll-
bulbous like a
it'll give
pumpkin.
You can hear it in your ear when she's fucking sawing through it and shit. Like fuck this.
I don't know why I think that.
The reason it had issues is because I had to wear masks all the time, and so it
Oh,
was
I
was
fucking
rubbing
hate
oh,
on it,
dude, my mask was
And
cutting my ear
so-
off.
and so it just that's what caused
Pull
the
my
initial
sizes red.
infection.
Even for the
dude.
child size
I
one.
just shouldn't have. It was not the right time.
I'd like pull my ear down, and you could see like it like V'ing away from my head, but it was like, oh my god, when is my ear gonna come off? Like, is it just gonna slowly serrate my ear off? But,
Well,
like,
don't go
it
by
wasn't
Painted Lady
bleeding
while
or
you're wondering
anything.
about
It wasn't
that.
scabbing.
It's
It
gonna
was
come
good.
off
It was just
sooner rather than
slowly
later.
coming off.
Yep.
I've
She'll
been
take it
Careful with
off.
those
I've been
ears, guys.
super-
Sequence,
I've
keep
been
your hood up.
super lucky, and maybe this is not popular, but I don't know. I've been super lucky, and everywhere I go, I haven't had that requirement.
Well, you all had that uncle that would like reach and like, grab your ear from you and your nose, and then like, pull
I
quarters from
welcome
behind
them.
your
I
ear.
welcome them to do that.
The ears just fall off. Ears and noses just fall off.
We're almost high enough to believe you.
Yeah.
Did you hear the guy in the news?
Have you seen the
recently
movie
that
Nothing But Trouble? John
froze his nipples
was it,
off with
Dan-
Axe body spray?
Are we going back
What?
to Dan
Yeah.
Aykroyd?
He froze him off.
Yeah, a guy in the news recently was talking about his friends froze his nipples off with Axe body spray.
He just
froze
hold
his
the
nipples
camera.
and
Is it
Quick
axed
them,
like
and then his nipples
nitronized?
flew off.
It's like a nitronized
Oh my god!
CO2 froze his nipples.
It's just aerosol.
So funny
Oh
though.
my god.
Where's
Do you
Baby
know how
John?
bad?
You flicking your nipples off, dude.
Just imagine at first how heartbreaking that would be to see that just flake off, and then
No.
The nipple
hurt-
just like flicks you in the
no,
nose.
like the hurt and the pain that you'd be, the searing pain on your chest. Oh my
No,
god!
can you
I
wait
would
a
be
minute?
laughing
Do you
so
think
hard.
do you think you can hear it? Does it hit? Like if the guy doesn't scream quick enough, and can you hear it
I
hit the
can't
floor?
imagine it.
Or also, does it fly kind of like when they throw a pizza? You ever see them like throw a pizza in the air and it like spins? When you flick them off, does it do like
Like
a
a
pizza
disc.
spin through the air? Like
Well, we got to think now. Nipples are incredibly
hits you in
varied.
the face.
It could be a nipple that was really small, and this could also be a nipple that could be like lighter.
That's a good point.
That's called a
Like
flat.
that?
Yeah, those are the worst.
Well, I
when they're like
True,
this,
Red.
the huge
Deadly.
areola.
At least
Like
like
this.
at least like that
Maybe like
big.
this.
Nipples can get at least
Well, there's
Good
like
point,
problems with the
Becca. Yeah.
areola that way, and then there's
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah,
with
that's a
the
we
that's a
can also
girthy
have one
nipple.
of these
Yeah.
too.
That's a girthy nipple.
where
My
you get like
god!
antenna. Yeah,
Something like this,
I got
Spartan.
curb feelers on this thing. Man.
This is why you let your
Wow.
squigglies grow around your nipples. That way they insulate them, so your buddies can't freeze them.
Red's got hairy orangutan titties.
Only on the late
Oh.
sesh. Where we
How
can-
does
Yeah,
this
guys,
happen,
Red
Bad Goblin?
Goblin, why would you
Nipple
use Lysol
freezing.
though? Like you could at least make an argument that
Are
you were
you
trying to
trying to
do
clean
like
Right? Ew.
Axe body spray, try to make yourself.
Yeah,
more
why are you
attractive.
putting Lysol on your body?
Hey, I
What got
can't
onto
think of-
those? What got onto your nipple first? What made you put that much Lysol on, bro?
I can't think of a better
Asking
transition
the
than
real
to
hard
the,
hitting
to
questions
the
today.
game that you wanted to do sequence than to right now.
Yeah, let's.
Well, if we're
save
talking about
ourselves.
freezing body parts,
Yeah.
about freezing body parts. What about freezing and burning at the same time? I had been dared
called
to.
gonorrhea, right?
I'd been dared to put a
Kinda
generous amount of
Another
icy
fucking
hot,
dab for this shit, man.
a generous amount of icy hot
Hashtag.
somewhere below my belly button, and
weird.
during this time,
Did you say somewhere
yeah,
below your belly button?
somewhere
Is that
below
what I
my
heard?
belly button, a generous
Okay.
amount of icy hot.
A generous amount. Okay.
This affected me for a very long for a good portion of my day. I was in a
done
lot
that
of pain.
I bet it did.
Did
I
you
was
ever
in a lot
eat-
of pain.
Did you ever wash it off, or did you just let it sit?
I tried most of the day to
Okay.
wash it
no.
off. I
You
was
just spread it that way.
I was at a place that like it was difficult too, but yeah, it was. It felt like someone was repeatedly like giving me a good karate kick, like doing the crane, like
Oh fuck, man.
like all day long, constant stomach ache, and like, the fatigue and sweating was like making it go other places. That it was just
Didn't
like
feel like rubbing ice on your
It's-
balls.
It was just.
No, he's saying like
Is
he's
that what
saying
it's
he's
supposed
saying
to feel?
tainting
it
fluid,
was
but
it
it's
was
on him.
already freezing, and then it was hot, and then it was icy again, and then it was hot,
dude.
It's
and
like
then
you ate
icy
peppers.
again. Yeah.
Well, because then you would try to rinse it off probably, and then it would get all cold.
Fucking blue
Natural
kick. That's the
selection.
real question.
Because
Lucas, I made like I got like
$10.
$10 on this deal, and I was able to get a dime bag, and then the cannabinoids made it all better, so it was all cool.
I got like $10 on this deal.
Like a guy eating hot peppers for money.
Oh man.
Always getting amazing stories.
I've
Brad.
always had a side hustle. One
Hey,
of them,
that's-
Making money,
unfortunately,
huh?
is- Yeah.
Hey, dude, now you can just add OnlyFans to whatever you're doing, put that on camera, and you could even hustle more.
I'm never gonna do that
You'll go
again.
viral.
As a matter of fact, I
Again?
I won't.
Well, I'm just saying, if
I
there's
won't.
another side hustle we haven't talked about, there might be more.
well,
to it.
I suppose there's a price for everything, but I don't think I could ever do that again. Let me
Hey,
say
Red,
that.
at that point, it would be
Restate.
$10 to make you holler.
It
Right?
won't be for $10. It won't be for $10. It won't be for
Red, do you have icy hot in your house?
I don't think so.
Can we do this
terrified.
live?
Can
I
we
have
do
it.
this
We
live
got,
right
we got
now?
5 on it.
Okay,
If we all
okay,
put
I do have
5 on
another
it, we got
icy hot
20 on
story.
it.
Prior
I
to
never
that,
thought we
prior to
could
that,
cover at a $10 whore before.
I was
but
out
here
of
we are.
deodorant once. I was
Here
out
we
of
are.
deodorant once. I was still. It was in high school. I was in high school and out of deodorant once, and Daddy Red had a icy hot stick, right? And so I jumped to try to snag, a quick scrub of Daddy Red's deodorant, and I used his
Oh,
icy
fuck.
hot stick, and I put it on. I didn't realize at first. I was like, man, he's got some fucked up deodorant,
See, this is where
And
they
like,
got you.
and I'm at the bus stop, and I'm like,
Dude, you
man,
gotta
this
be the
shit
toughest
sucks,
motherfucker I
dude.
know.
And I'm at school, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it finally
I
dawned
don't
on
know
me.
if
I'm
that's
like,
the
I
right
put
word.
fucking icy hot
I
all
almost
over my
don't
arms,
believe this.
dude. And it's
It's
just
so
like
bad.
I'm just dying, man. I couldn't get it off
Were
my
you
arms.
splashing dirty gas water on you?
I
Like
was
you
at
sit on the side of the
school,
road.
and
Like,
it's just I was ripe with like that rich wintergreen
That
icy hot
super
smell.
menthol smell. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just-
fuck.
And it was like getting in my
If we
nose and my
drink some
eyes because it was like
drinks-
right here. Just
And nobody said
know.
anything to you, or they just let you sit there like that?
oh, dude, public schools, man. Get to school, you're late,
Damn.
you're tardy, you're getting
Education
an
system.
infraction, all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
Get
I'm
to the
pretty
counselor's
sure my
office, dude.
students would be throwing shit at me or something. I don't think they'd have allowed that.
Oh no, of course I was getting shit from my friends. I was dying. That's not the worst I've done in high school, of course. It's definitely been worse.
there's more?
We're not going to get into more.
Terrible day,
Tune
man.
in next week, 11 p.m.
I draw
Eastern
lines.
Standard.
I
Or
have
the Late
lines.
Sesh.
Lines. I have boundaries. I have boundaries when it comes to talking about myself in high school. After all, I was a minor.
Boundaries on what you will say, not what
I
you'll
was,
do.
I was a minor, and we're gonna stop there. Surge is as far as I'll go. I drank Surge.
Oh, I fucking did too. That shit was awesome, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Drank too much Surge as a
It
13-year-old.
was like fucking drops of heaven. It was
Sorry.
like liquid drops.
Sorry, Mom.
Drops of heaven.
They don't make that anymore, do they?
So
Thank
good.
God.
They still make that?
So good.
They make
What
like
was Surge?
They make some
they
bullshit.
make like a
version.
new Surge.
I
You
don't
know.
remember what was
They
Surge.
make
It's like Mountain Dew with 3 times as much sugar.
And it was
Wow.
more. But it was more.
What did it
fruity
look
than Mountain Dew. It was yellow. What was it? A greenish like. It was like we'll just pull up the. I'm
Like a
sure it was
Mountain Dew
It was
can,
slightly
kind of?
UV
sequence. I'm sure you can
reactive.
pull that up.
It was like
Hey,
slightly
man.
UV reactive. You know.
It was like a yellow. It was like a greenish bottle, if I remember, with a
It's like chipped up
yellow,
Mountain Dew, right?
yellow wrap around it with a lightning bolt.
At the time, like the
I
Ninja
used to drink
Turtles were
Jolt.
like toxic.
Jolt, yeah, Jolt
slime.
was the
Jolt-
original energy
Jolt
drink.
was-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, Jolt was like this.
It's like
the-
toxic.
That's the red
slime.
one.
See, there it is. There's the black
Okay.
one right there. Yeah, see that
Yeah.
one right there? The toxic slime. That's it, man.
I
That's
don't think I ever drank it.
Surge.
that shit was so good.
Yeah, it
But
actually
it
had a
red. What the hell?
flavor.
It was more like fruity or something. It wasn't.
I
like
told you, man. It's toxic slime, dude. The Ninja
Ew.
Turtles were all about that stuff in the day.
Gross.
Shit was so good.
The turtles, man.
It's all about the turtles. Turtle.
Ugh.
I like turtles.
I drank the shit out of that for a while.
Where's that guy?
It's probably why I get kidney stones.
Granddaddy. Dude, yeah, don't drink a lot of soda without drinking water. We were talking about something. I was doing the vitamin.
Got a good question for Painted Lady.
Let's
Do you have Painted Lady? Do you have?
I would grow the shit out of some ice grapefruit if somebody had it. I love grapefruit terps, man.
I don't know if I got. I mean, if it came in the multi-pass, then I must have gotten it, but I probably passed it along to Rasta Bob. Unless it. Well, no, the new drop doesn't come out till March, I believe. But
have you guys seen a list of what that is?
I don't know what that cross is. What's that, Skilbo?
I said, have you seen a listing of what you guys are potentially looking at in that pass yet?
Yeah. It's looking good. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. I can't remember because it came out about a month ago, I think. But yeah, I'm excited. Pretty stoked. Hopefully I get some keepers.
Yeah.
You got so much fire in there right now that's coming through for the first time that I don't even know what you've got.
Yeah, I don't know either, to tell you the truth. There's just so many things that I want to pop and try and test out for some, for some people. And man, so little time. Too many.
Help some patients out, man. Yeah.
I know. I would love to find some really good medicine for everybody. So
I got an update on my cloner that reminds me. Actually, before that it reminds me because I wanted to ask you a question, Painted Lady. Did you get all of everything that you have in flower? Did you have to clone? Do you have it all cloned, backed up, and then
except for that one, right?
Or did you knock any of them out, or which ones did you save?
I have Miss Pickle and Re-Veg.
Okay.
And then I saved. Let me see. I have a Lime River Rose that I really liked the shape of that I just put into flower. And I took a clone of that and I saved, of course, Lemon Jeffrey. And then I have Afterglow saved that I just put in flower. So that's one.
Grape Diamonds too, right?
I don't have a keeper of Grape Diamonds that I've saved. So I have more seeds of that I can pop. But I have the Galactic Grape going, the new seeds of. So I'm excited to see what comes out of those. They're looking really strong. Out of all those seedlings that I popped that had the 100% germination, I lost a couple dampened off. And
because those were those crazy crosses, like the OG Kush back cross, and then what was the other one that we were talking about? It was a Romulan something.
Yeah, those are all in early veg. So those will be next up. They're all in 1 gallon right now.
Right
so yeah.
What was that Romulan and what? Can anybody remember?
It was
I'm pretty good to remember that part.
Romulan and
some of their old school.
R and R. It was Roadkill Kunk.
There you go. Roadkill Skunk.
Roadkill Kunk.
We crunk up in here.
One more time for quality content.
Roadkill Kunk.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that'll be all of them are brand new to me. So that's really cool. I have those coming up next because I just flipped all the other batch of big veg girls. I have an apple fritter that's like 6 feet tall.
It's like 6 feet tall. Did
you get that from Sequence?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge. How did I know?
Yeah. So
huge.
Yeah, fritter and Lime River Rose that just went in, and yeah, so I'm excited for the next round. We'll see if I can go problem free this time. I had an issue with I think the reds. I was looking at red smoking, and the red said the red. I think I had an issue with backup in my pots last time with the jacks. I don't think it was being watered to run off every time enough. So some of them just burnt, fried up kind of, and I don't know. So we'll see what happens this time around. They all look really good. So I think maybe it just kind of started when we were on vacay, and so we'll see. That's another. I guess that is another check in the win column for automated fertigation system.
I can't disagree with that. Especially if you have it on like a UPS like battery back, goes out, it'll still run. But I'm trying a new cloner out. I don't know if I've told you guys, but I got one of those DWC cloners, the ones where everything
cool.
sits in the water.
Yeah.
Right? And there's just like a bubbler in there, and then there's like a ventriloquy pump or whatever.
Okay, so you have an oxycloner, yeah.
Oxycloner, I believe
Yeah,
that is.
that's the one, bro.
Yeah,
Red uses too. Red just doesn't use the recirculating pump. He just uses the
bubbler.
Yeah, I use
just air stones.
So, anyways, I'm at 6 days, 6 fucking, and it said don't use. It does say don't use. I thought it was interesting. Don't use RO water, but it said to use tap water. So I just use tap water.
You want a little mineral.
And
I just use nutrient solution.
Yeah, I use nutrients.
6 fucking days, and I'm only one of them. I mean, not any of them else, but on one of my stems, I'm already
Told
seeing.
You, man.
Yeah, we've been telling you this for years, bro. You've been down in us.
I get roots in 5 days. I get roots popping in 5 days.
Jesus, man.
Yeah,
5 days.
It's
no problem. I got them all. Hey, my temps were a little high. We cleaned the heater and I fucked with the setting and the thermometer went dead on me, so I guesstimated it and forgot to check it again. And the fucker was running, and I'm like looking at one, and I got a little bit of pythium on a couple of the plants, so we had to fucking kill the heater. But it's still fucking 68 in the room, so it should be fine. So
Red's bragging about how quick he can get roots, but I can't get a clone from him.
Oh, man.
No, that's interesting.
Well, I just want to leave a breadcrumb here. I have a permaclone oxyclone recipe, and to do this, it says 20 milliliters of UC roots, which is 10 milliliters a gallon, 6 milliliters of Hormex, which comes out to be 3 milliliters a gallon, 5 milliliters of your micro, which comes out to be 2.5 milliliters a gallon, and then 10 milliliters of Bloom, which would be 5 milliliters a gallon. At the first sign of roots, dump the res and refill with just water and add the UC roots again. The clones will bust out new growth the next day because they're searching for where the earlier newts are from the original res. And I made a note to myself here. Last June, I started adding 18 milliliters of full power to the recipe, which is like a full bag.
Dude, I put straight tap water. That's all.
Yeah, you can use whatever you want. Yep. I
didn't put anything else in it. Nothing. And fucking just today, I saw some of them starting to yellow out a little bit. They're looking like they're starting to yellow out a little bit. I was like, fuck it.
Yes,
and I was watering my autoflowers with it's like some kind of synthetic bullshit that I was getting rid of, and so I was like, "Fuck it!" I just poured a little bit in there. I'm like, "What the hell? It's not gonna hurt."
Originally, because I've really got all my information from cloning. From shout out to fellow Michigan grower MedGrower1, because he has had several videos over the years on the oxycloner and different recipes. And then the permaclone thing.
I remember that.
Permaclone is if you have an oxycloner. I'm telling you, if you don't plan
Dude,
on
have
getting
you
rid of this,
oxy certs though? I don't know if it's a new thing, but it's like their own clone thing, and they say you can reuse them just like the permaclones.
Yeah, the I don't know about the oxy-cert ones. I've had permaclone ones for like 3 or 4 years now, I think. They're like, I weighed the difference on them. They're like hugely different weight. They're the only ones that you could sterilize back in the day. You can throw them in bleach. You can throw them in the washer, whatever.
I like this. I like the inserts that aren't porous. There's a kind that are like a specific kind of.
The ones are like a weird wetsuit kind of material.
It's like a foam.
It's like a certain kind of foam, but it's not a porous foam. It's I don't know.
I think it ended up being like $50 for me to get the inserts for the 20 site, but I've had my 20 site for years and years now. And
I usually wash out my inserts.
Yeah,
I'll bleach them. I'll bleach my inserts. They're fucking expensive. Run every run.
Well, that's why you buy the permaclone ones, because you can actually use chemicals and shit on them and sterilize them and insert. You can even throw them in the microwave and fucking sterilize them that way. You can't do that with like a regular shitty ass one.
I'll put them in hot water and bleach usually, and then let them
pays for itself.
Make sure they dry out. A little bit of bleach isn't that bad, but the I don't use the pump that comes with it. I upsize my pump. I get a solid pump. I don't know how many pounds per square inch or whatever it pumps. I'm not sure. It's
be like 15 liters or 60 liters a minute or an hour.
Not that big. It's a little one piston pump. It's got air fins, got cooling fins and shit like that.
So the cooling fin kind, that's the industrial pump style. The other ones are diaphragm. So the industrial ones get hotter, which can be good, or they can not.
They can get hot. Yep. Yeah. That was one thing about it. It's a little bit warm. So if cooling is an issue.
Cycle timer.
I mean, they don't get fucking
because you don't need to keep
if
you're running one of these cloners, you do not need to keep the oxygen running the entire time. If you're running into heat issues, put them on a cycle timer where you can set it where it's on for say it's on for 5 minutes and it's off for 10.
But you're gonna want to, if you're doing that, you're gonna want to make sure that your stems are always submerged
in an oxycloner. Yes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because if one of the nice things about the aeration is that if the water level does go down, the bubbles are splashing. Yeah, they're still keeping them hydrated. Because I'll encounter that. I'll encounter like the water level getting too low, and one little guy just won't have roots in the water, and I'll go in there and it'll be limped over, and I'll look, and he just didn't get roots yet, and he's not in the water, and I'm like, shit, he dried out. I just let that clone dry out after fucking 12 days or something like that. So it's, you always got to be paying attention to it. That's the one thing this time of year, the air is just sucking water out of every orifice that's possible. You know what I mean? Buckets, us, animals, everything. It's just have to keep constant humidity in the air. It's like 30% if you don't have humidifiers cranking, biomass running, people around.
DWC Grow Dude's talking about an Elite brand pond pump. Yeah, those are the really super expensive ones, I think. And I think that's one of the issues you run into with air pumps is it's a battle of, do you want it to be really, really quiet, stealthy, and give you a lot of air because that's a lot of money? Or do you just try to do this the cheap way, which you either have a shitty diaphragm pump like the one that comes with the oxycloner. Pro tip, take that thing and throw it over your shoulder into the trash or pass it on to somebody else.
Give it for a backup. I've had to dig into it because these pumps, even though the fucker will run for a couple years straight, they'll go after a couple years, At least they'll start making noise to where you want to shut it off and get a new one, But
so far, man, I've
ran a run out of it.
I figured I put that in there, and it does look like a joke. Like there's barely anything coming out.
I also used the
I put it in there.
Wait.
That ventilation is what's doing everything.
Would be better.
But I run both, and it's working. So whatever it is, I just wanted to give it a shot right straight out of the box, and it's working with no modifications.
There's air stones that look like this.
No,
look, it's
nothing.
It's a Frigroli topical, but there's air stones that look this size, right? It's this size air stone,
but like longer.
I use ones that are
soda can
that are a little bit taller, but they're still the same diameter, and I just lay them down in there. And then they do just and the fucking clones love it, you know what I mean? And just popping roots and it won't add heat. They're just gonna add whatever heat the temperature of the room is. So as long as I keep mine down by the floor, so it's at most like 72, 73 degrees. It's super cool down there. I'm on the floor, top of the garage. I never really have heat issues. In the pump. That Venturi pump will add heat because that little pump. So you put it on a cycle timer if you need to do that. But I just find that to be just an unnecessary piece of equipment that runs. If I'm already running, upsized pump and everything.
Robert in chat says, "Why? So why would you buy the oxycloner at that point? You know why I bought it and why I keep using it? Because I like the lid for it. And I know that sounds really, really ridiculous, but when you start trying to make your own shit, now you're cutting the hole in the top of some fucking goofy, janky toad, and now you got to get weird net pot things and all kinds of other contraption-y bullshit.
I bought it for convenience too.
Man, I'm going to spend $60 and I'm going to be done with it.
They got an 80 site. They got a badass 80 site for like $150 or something like that.
Yeah. It was so hard to fucking find that, man.
I'm kind of trialing this because I was thinking, like, if I really like it, I'm gonna try it a couple cycles in a row. I want to see how long it lasts with me not fucking with it much. And if it works well, I'm going to recommend it at work, and we'll just get 380 sites, and we can run. Sorry, we need like 50 plants per table, so we'll just use one cloner per table. Fuck it, and we can just Save us so much fucking time other than because
Well, you
right
don't have
now
to harden them off either. That's the other nice thing about using these cloners. You get a different kind of root. I'll give you that. Okay. But you don't ever have to worry about hardening the plants off because there's no dome system to this. There's no spritzing. There's no anything.
So
Yeah,
in
but
a
it's not
in a
really an
way
issue,
you
but-
do. In a way, there's this small shock because you're going from this like
That's why I said
basically
there's a small shock from going
small
that.
shock from going
It's not a hardening
into
off.
your media. But yeah, it's not like a hardening off, like where your leaves are gonna wilt. Dude, we've been doing this new system of cloning. Well, I've been kind of showing Becca how I do cloning, but like we have clones in Rockwool and Growcute and Grodan, just a few of each, just to kind of get through the stock that we have. And we were killing off all of our moms. You know, basically got rid of all of our mom stock. So kind of took a few extra clones so we can get through the next couple runs. We're not gonna be able to have moms for the next couple runs. So we need all the clones we can for our own needs. And we don't let any moisture hit our domes. You know, if moisture's hitting the domes, you know, the clones are going to be too saturated, too much moisture in there. We just make sure that the cubes stay saturated. We're still getting roots in 5 to 7 days, you know. Well, not 5 days on the cube because it's got to poke out, you know, a half inch, but it's usually like 10 days on everything. We got roots popping on everything. As long as you keep the stem wet, you know, you don't need a dome. The best part about having a dome is that your cubes don't dry out, because this time of year your cubes are just going to dry out if you don't have a dome or whatever. But you don't need it to be like super saturated and moist, because as soon as you take those domes off, you're going to deal with hardening off issues. I just keep it so I don't even have to deal with hardening off there either. It's the same concept, you know, as an oxycloner or any of that. Just keep the root saturated, or keep the stem saturated enough to keep the plant happy. If you just watch your plant enough and figure out what's keeping it sad and stuff, you'll eventually just start to develop your own routine. And that's kind of what I did with this whole thing. And I finally realized it's a lot easier just keep it all vented open, you know, or close it, you know, start to let it kind of do its thing and get a little bit of moisture, and then start just kind of slowly opening everything up and like keep the moisture off the lid as much as you can. If you get moisture on your lid, there's too much moisture somewhere. You need to like start cracking it or opening it or something like that.
Dude, I wish I could have heard this news like 9 years ago or 10
So
years
much
ago.
easier.
Because it used to be like the guy that I learned
compare
from.
that, but compare that to just plugging this fucking box, fill it with water, and put your fucking plants in it.
So much easier.
You don't put a fucking dome on it at all, and you don't fuck with it.
It's so easy.
mean,
Aside from having to use electricity, it's super easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
the
true.
only downside to it.
Well, the other thing is, if you have a power outage, it's not really. I mean, okay, yeah, you definitely need to get some air to it and shit, but
the way I look at it is just like I put
them in a
cuts
water bottle.
No, listen, I put cuts in a fucking water bottle and sit them in the fucking flower room for a fucking week.
Mhm.
So I don't see how it's any
okay.
different. I don't see how it's any fucking different. Like, I aerated the fuck out of this water, so if I've got to sit in there for a little bit with a power out, I think that'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
I propagate that way. I just toss, you know, hey, I'm just gonna toss this fucker in the water. I don't feel like throwing it away. Sometimes I'll forget to get rid of it, or I'll bring it out here as like a decoration or some shit. You know what I mean? Sit out here for a little while. It won't get Pythium.
One thing that somebody tried to teach me in the very beginning when I first met him was like, dude, why are you trying to sex these plants and waiting for them in veg? Fuck that shit. Cut a lower off it, throw it in a water bottle, and set it in your flower room, and then worry about it from there instead of wasting so much time in veg. And of course, it's like, well, that just makes way too much sense for me not to have been doing it this whole time.
Yeah. The other thing is, don't wait for that one clone to take off that clone. Just top it early and get yourself get yourself 4 good clones. You know what I mean? I've wasted so much time just waiting for one clone. Whereas if I had topped it like a week earlier, I probably would have gotten 2 clones or 3 clones. You know,
stays on cycle that way.
Yeah, and then would have made the whole process better. Also, I'm just waiting for one good. Can we get 5 nodes? Can I get 5 nodes? Should have topped it.
All right, now that we got a good break, I want to try doing a little game on the show.
Game time.
Yeah, Painted Lady and I watch a morning show, and they do this game called 5-second rule. It's pretty fun. So I got everyone a cannabis question or category, and a non-cannabis question or category. And since Painted Lady knows how it goes, we'll have her go first. But this is the 5-second sound. So you have 5 seconds to do the answer. So it'll be the bong hit sound. So this is five seconds exactly.
Hilarious.
So Painted Lady's first one is Painted Lady, you have 5 seconds to name 3 things inside your body.
My heart, my lungs, and my liver.
I think you didn't get it, but very, very
You
close.
have to answer before the end of it.
Yes. So that's how it goes. But yeah, so we could give her credit.
Oh,
That one's from the official game, so that's one of their official game answers.
Wait, what did she do wrong?
You have to
Didn't get it fast
answer,
get it in time.
you have to answer while the bong rip is happening.
Oh, you have to do it while the bong rip is happening?
God damn, that's fast. as
That's
fuck.
really fast.
During the bong rip or before the bong rip?
During.
Yeah. Red, are you ready?
As soon as he's done talking,
Come on,
basically.
I thought the bong
This is
rip
not
was
gonna
like
work.
the buzzer and too late.
No, that's
So
5
it's
seconds.
okay. So it's during this distracting sound.
Yeah, are you ready?
I don't know,
Don't
man.
think of a pink
I
elephant.
guess so.
All right. Red, you have 5 seconds to name 3 new strains.
New strains to who?
I told you. It wouldn't
You
work.
don't ask questions, you answer questions.
Lime.
this is
It's
funny.
too late.
Fuck,
It's
dude.
Too much
late.
thinking.
New.
You're at like 30 minutes
late.
already.
Okay, good. All right. New could be relative. And
I'm
it's
so
just-
gonna
Alright.
say that, dude.
All right, Becca, do you want to try?
Sure.
All right, Becca, you have to name 3 munchy foods.
Skittles, Starburst, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
See,
Nice.
Becca can
Winner.
do it.
Fun.
I'm on your team.
That was good.
I
All
just thought of candy.
Gilmore, are you ready?
Yeah, man.
You gotta hold it, guys, because I'm gonna fail, dude.
There's no
Not too
failing.
confident either.
No, you're supposed to. The more absurd shit you name, the better. Don't try to make logic into it, and then it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
All right, Scobo. So give me 3 new uses for CalMag.
As a hair tonic, as a beard tonic, and as a back hair remover.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's
That's
a
right, man. That's right. Get your sprouts to grow.
It's pretty good. Chat's enjoying it, I think. All right, Spartan.
Come on, Spartan.
I've got two of them for Spartan. The first one is, what are 3 non-existent terpenes? So make up 3 terpene names.
Pooping for abolished. 15, I'll go on the same kind of stuff.
That's credit for even getting
Pooping.
one, dude.
I can't think of a third one, man. I don't know.
I'll take pooping. That's pretty good.
Not terrible. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, then now Painted Lady's got to hit sequence with the sound or the question.
Yeah.
I didn't do them for me.
That's good. That's why
I
it's a
wouldn't
good.
know them already, so
You'd know them.
yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
let's see. Was Painted Lady the first one? Yeah,
Yes.
so you're gonna go next.
Yep.
Okay.
The Painted Lady, you have to rename 3 cannabis plant parts, so like leaves, stems, and stuff.
In 5 seconds?
Jesus.
Alex, poop and sweet.
Did you say phallus?
Callous.
What's the phallus? I gotta know where the phallus is. I need to know where that's at.
I
That's
said
an important one.
Alex.
That's it, man.
Phalanx.
The phalanx.
Chad's still caught up on pooping.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's for his hair polished.
That's the first thing I could think of was the fucking the terp I hate the most, and the one that Bosch loves is that it smells like baby shit. And, oh, that's poop.
I wonder how good for Growly would have been if you would have hit him with the
Oh, that would have been a
He's all
great
about
answer.
the terps, man.
Baby diaper terpenes.
I want to give him a shout out for doing a really good interview last night.
I
He
want
was-
to
he
do
was
a
deep in the cut
great
with that, man.
question game just to give people all the time in the world to answer, and it'd still be fucking great.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty fun. Who was next? Was it Red?
Red.
It's red.
It might not have been
All
right.
right. Red, so you got, I think out of all of them
Don't
in the
ask the
show, you
question,
got
Red.
the only one that has real answers. So, Red, you have 5 seconds to name 3 state capitals.
Tallahassee, El Dorado, and New Brunswick.
You named like 5 syllable long names.
El Dorado.
Tallahassee.
New Brunswick.
What about
big.
Lansing?
Yeah, what about
Lansing?
I was trying to
bro?
keep it away from Michigan. That's too obvious.
Oh, I mean, you only had 5 seconds to name
Couldn't-
3.
couldn't
Why
be
would you not
right.
take the easy route? Blue
Oh,
Kiss, I
that's
agree. We should get 10 seconds on these. It'd be better answers.
Denver. Yeah, I got them Russian. I got to think.
That's why they're funny, because you got to get that shit in.
Yeah, that's right.
I would
So
like to
just
see the
the
people
first
that
thing
came
comes
up
to
with this
mind.
show smoke as much and then wait an hour and 39 minutes before they start to play the game and see how they feel.
Yeah, I
That's a good point.
just got done smoking a bowl, and then Sequence kicks in. He's like, let's
Now
do
we're
this
talking
game.
about pooping.
Oh, I'm rubbing my eyes and shit. I'm like, all right, let's do this.
I got a second to think about it. I could easily get there.
I think Becca's next.
Yeah.
So Becca, you have 5 seconds to name 3 places that you can sleep.
The floor, a hammock, and the grass.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, nice score.
See.
That was
See, youth
that was
is
easy.
Oh, that's
kicking ass
the
in this
easiest
game.
question in the world. I can sleep.
She's got strong shoulders carrying
smell
this
you.
team.
I can sleep there. I can sleep there.
Red, there are no teams. This is all for one. You're sinking alone, Red.
El Dorado.
Colorado.
That's what I said. The city of gold.
Big gold, baby.
Fucking hilarious. It's the state capital.
Fuck.
Scobo and
Okay.
Spartan, you guys are next. Who wants to go first?
I don't care.
All right, perfect.
Let's
Scobo,
go.
you can go first.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Scobo, you have 5 seconds to name 3 places to stash condoms.
The wallet, the glove box, and the night side drawer.
You did not say Sequence to the ass one time. Come on.
I was hoping he was going to say stuff like that.
I was thinking
exactly what I would have said.
Quickly.
See, I like Spartan's idea.
Well, I know, but this is a family rated program. So.
This is a late sesh, man. Who are you trying to fool?
We're gonna check Spartan's thinking right here. He's the last one up.
All right.
All right. So Spartan, what are 3 songs to have sex to?
Fuck any song. Okay, anything by Bruno
Yes.
Mars, Rihanna, and what the fuck, Shakira.
Pretty good.
Oh, you pop your hip.
You changed the opposite. He still gave you 3.
what's that? Up,
Hey,
down,
up
down,
fast.
down.
All those
Down,
were pretty
yeah.
have a pretty much taste.
Uptown Funk.
Oh,
Uptown
fuck,
Funk.
man.
Oh, he's got way more. How about Gorilla by Bruno Mars specific? That's probably one of the better ones.
Bruno Mars is the guy to pitch
Yeah.
woo to, huh?
Oh, fuck yeah. Bruno Mars is that's some good shit, man. You gotta listen to that.
Fucking Blue Kiss is trying to trip us out with the White Album to make love to. Number 9. Number 9.
Chat, give
Come
us
on,
some
Red, that's
feedback
your
if
cue.
you, if you
You
like
guys,
that
none of the
list.
hips don't lie.
Number 9.
I like a little spice, man. A little
Hips don't
flavor.
lie.
Shakira's good.
Shakira.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
Rihanna, she's like a goddess. Come on.
Can we get some feedback in the chat on game night? Do you think we should
I
stick
saw that.
around?
Saw that.
I want another round.
Red,
I
you
don't
didn't
have more
successfully get either the first 2
I know. I need to
You
make
got
up for
better.
redemption
I
round.
need to make
So
up
you're
for
going.
yeah.
Does somebody have a question for Red? I
We
can do
can
the
all
thing.
just think up questions like randomly,
Yes.
and then each other could go.
Got us the
So we
moves
got to
of
get
the
sequence
game
with
tonight.
one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we
I
do
don't
need
like
to
that
ask
idea
you
at
a
all.
question. What?
I don't like that idea at all.
Mm,
I'm fucking high.
Yes.
That's good.
Hi, Spartan.
Okay, I have a question for
Right.
Sequence. Ready?
There you go. Get him.
yeah.
All right, but you have to do the seconds.
All
Okay?
right.
You have to play the sound.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
you gotta do the sound effect.
All right,
I got
so name the best 3 places to smoke weed.
Tunnels, bridges, and cars.
Right on. He's good.
Not-
Easy.
Tunnels.
Okay, get him with the
Non-cannabis
second one.
question. I got
Second
him. How many constellations are in the sky?
Oh, I have no
Fuck?
idea.
Added
That's
infinity.
not a.
That's not a name 3.
That's not a name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you playing the same game we're
They're
playing?
all named
Yeah,
threes.
names give them.
Yes.
Everything's a name 3.
Everything.
Cassiopeia, Red.
Everything's a, oh, it's all
Cassiopeia.
a name 3. Oh, that's-
Name
Say name 3
name
constellations.
3 planets.
Oh, I
Pluto.
Well, Jupiter, Venus, Mars, Earth,
Pluto's
Neptune,
not a planet.
Saturn.
Pluto lost its planetary status.
Pluto.
How about Nibiru?
Nibiru.
How about Nibiru? Yeah, there we go.
The 12th.
The faraway planet.
Say Red's favorite offer 3 times. Zachariah who?
I mean, I wouldn't say he's my favorite writer. Probably one of my favorite writers at the moment is
Your
probably
favorite what?
one of my favorite writers at the moment is Alexander Shulgin.
There it is. There's our money word. We get it.
Sasha.
How many times do we
take a bag?
You gotta
Bong
take a
rip.
rip.
Take a
Bong
bag
rip,
rip,
man.
I don't know what the fuck you're ripping. What are you ripping? Rip a bong.
Sure.
Yeah.
My torch is out of stuff.
Becca, nice job.
Uh-oh.
So I hear torch.
Dab time.
Oh yeah, I'm taking. I'm gonna finish
What?
this.
Yeah,
tab.
I'll take it. There you go.
Bummer. I gotta get
A
some
lot
more.
of juice.
I gotta get some more of that stuff.
Butane.
Yeah. Yep.
Pain, man.
Well, I thought that was fun. And
I
think
did
we
too.
should do that.
Yeah, it was a
Pick
blast.
up some more fun questions.
Chat seemed to enjoy it. They were laughing along.
Ooh,
Cheers.
sorry.
Oh, that's a scary
Ooh.
sound.
Party foul, man.
Oh, oh.
Yeah.
Large
skin
glass,
crawl.
small
Did you guys
glass.
bring water with you?
Keep our water. Oh, there it is. Oh,
It's like an
Ooh,
old
that
milk.
looks like an old-fashioned milk jug.
Yeah, it's
That's
from
milk.
his grandma.
yeah.
Hell
It's
yeah.
1852. It's probably not from then, but it's
Wow.
it's
I think it's wine.
since then.
It's an old wine.
Trash and shit.
Whatever.
Old house. It's a house wine.
I hope you rinse that out.
The wine?
Oh, yes, we've
yeah.
washed it many times.
It's here's who is it? San
Just fucking with you.
Paul Mason, California, since 1852.
I actually have a collection of about 6 or so of those from.
Old wine.
I can go down to the corner store and get chocolate milk from. Is it Calder's Dairy?
Culver's?
It's Calder's Dairy, and it's
Culver's.
milk that they don't separate the cream out, so it's real thick, and then
That's
make
awesome.
chocolate milk. I brought some to bake so he can try it. And he agrees it's the best fucking chocolate milk.
Hell yeah, that shit sounds
Supposedly
great.
there's something bad about skim milk. I recently have learned. Skim milk's actually
Skim milk, man.
Yeah,
What's
it's
that?
missing the hole.
Yeah, well, no, like in doing so, like it makes it. I mean, not that milk's even good for you in the first place, but I mean, it is. You know, it has a lot of mineral content. It actually is good for a lot of reasons for a lot of people who can take that kind of diet. You know, but like skim milk in itself, it's not necessarily pasteurized or anything, but it's just separate the way it's separated. It's not the way that it's separated, but after separation, it's just. I think it's the bacteria or something that's missing. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know there's different quality. And
Man, when I lived in Illinois, there was this, speaking of those glass bottles, that reminded me, there's this place, I think it was called Oberweis or something like that. They had the best lemonade and the best chocolate milk Spartan, and it came in like those big glass bottles, and it never failed that I would have to park like way down the fucking street. And then I would get out my sacks, and then I would turn around and I'd set them on the ground to lock my car and do everything I need to do. And I would try to set them down as lightly as I could, and never failed. Every time one of them would break.
Oh, damn.
Man, it would be such a
I've never
bummer.
broke them, but it'd piss me off if I did, because
yeah.
there's like a huge deposit. I mean, I don't return them anyway, but
Yeah, we have that. The Overwise.
they're like a $6 or some ridiculous for deposit on them, but I don't give a fuck because I like the bottles.
Man,
Super
that
thick glass.
stuff is so good though.
I made the mistake one time.
Milk this place has.
You gotta be careful with it though. Take everything in moderation, because I got to work one time, and at the time I was working in the factory, so I worked like 12 hours in the heat, and it was hot as fuck, and I had that waiting for me coming home from work, and I just chugged like a whole fucking, I don't know what it was, pint probably of it.
Oof.
That curdled in my stomach so fast. It was the steak. Yeah. So
Yeah.
but it is so good though. It's like candy. It's like no, it's like drinking liquid ice cream or something. I don't know how else to explain it. Fucking awesome.
Yeah. It is.
Were you talking about
yummy
mixing?
dairy.
Were you talking about mixing dairy and like a something with citric acid in it, like lemon juice or something?
His stomach.
Oh, just your stomach?
No, I was talking about I was just drinking chocolate milk. I drank a
Oh, okay.
chocolate milk.
No,
There you go.
like if you've ever gotten a stomach ache after drinking milk and you
Yeah.
like had, I don't know, like an orange or orange juice, you know what I mean, or like doubled up, backed up
Oof.
orange juice with milk or something like that,
Oh,
it
that
will.
sounds good.
It'll curdle. It'll curdle in your stomach and it'll like, you know, mess with you really like even worse. That shit used to happen to me before I knew what the fuck was going on. But like that was all bar drink, man. We'd fucking like take they call it a cement mixer, some nasty shit. It was like a little bit of vodka and you do a little bit of milk, some
Yes.
cream, and then you'd
That
add
was
a little bit
nasty.
of lemon juice and it would fucking curdle up and get all weird.
It's a brain.
So
Yeah,
gross, dude.
Real
I can't
gross.
believe people ordered those.
Yeah, the real nasty little shot. I don't think vodka's the right liquor, but that was the way that
It was something.
There's a bunch
similar.
of different drinks of those. Yeah, the
Yeah.
brains. And
It was
the-
like fucking
It's
Yukon
a
Jack and
fucking terrible.
Bailey's and some kind of red, like amaretto or some bullshit.
Oh God! It
Oh,
gave
and
me
they make
tooth
those
waters.
weird little shapes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's supposed to be a little brain, like a bloody brain. or
Oh
something.
yeah,
brain.
definitely.
bloody
That's
eyes.
gross.
Irish car bomb.
I had a cement mixer too, though. So Red's
Ugh.
definitely talking about a certain drink. I think there's a lot of different jellyfish style
Yeah,
shots.
probably.
Oh, that's
It just gave me
Is that
goosebumps.
called a jellyfish shot? Is that what they are?
Yeah, the brains and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's
Gross.
like I don't know. I don't even want to say what it is because I can't remember. It's been so long since I did some bartending. Like a
Yeah,
decade.
man.
No thanks.
Oh, Crypto Kush killing me in chat. Seeing they're eating a bowl of cereal right now. It's
Sequence
Oh.
name 3 cereals.
I'm in.
You see my story, dude?
Yeah, 3 cereals.
Yeah, I saw that the king
Churro,
said
cinnamon
that.
toast crunch,
No.
French toast cinnamon toast crunch, and regular cinnamon toast crunch.
Oh, yeah. You want to explain why you have to buy cereal again?
Because my dog ate my cereal.
Ooh.
Oh, Diamond Debo. dude.
Oh, man. Spoiled.
He was
Yuji's not
farting
eating cereal.
flakes all weekend.
You know what? That is still way cheaper than the fucking eating your clones, bro. So I would be that's a step up.
She's
That
still farting a day.
That
She
one.
farted so loud all
Yeah, that will
weekend.
definitely
We were laughing and crying at the same time because it was so bad. We were like, God, just got to get rid of those flakes.
That's the worst, man. You start giving dogs people.
Any lady
food.
loves farts.
No. No, I don't. Love fart.
Play the losing
Yeah.
sound.
But it was funny coming from Diamond. It was funny. They were deliberate. It was like she lifted a cheek.
Did you ever like startle herself, anything like that? Yeah, that's my favorite when
Yeah,
they
she
fucking
does.
startle their own self. They're like,
Lifts
"Whoa,
herself up.
whoa."
Does she put her head next to your? Does she put her ass next to
Do
you?
you get pink eye?
Before
Are you
she does
getting
that?
gooched?
They love-
You know what?
don't
She
they?
was
I
not
haven't been
allowed on
gooched
the
yet.
bed at all on Saturday night.
Should be.
At all. She was
Should be
made to
12
lay
years
on
old,
the-
moving her
because
hips all low.
She made for a
Gooch.
very restless night on Friday night,
Gooch.
so she stayed on the floor on Saturday night.
Oh yeah, how much sleep did you get?
Saturday,
Yeah,
a lot more.
you didn't whine.
Great. She whined 3 times, and he.
Oh, that's not bad. She's good then.
Yeah, she was pretty good.
just 3.
Dioji
like
would
a
whine
baby.
3 times for like 3 hours each.
Ooh, I don't want to do it. Don't do it. You're gonna get him going.
Dude, he's been asleep. He hasn't been eating. He's been asleep. He's either hibernating or not feeling good. He does this every now and then. But we swapped his food out for the same stuff. It's the same brand. It's the same protein. It just has. I think this has vegetables in it. And he's like, "Fuck you and getting me these vegetables. What the fuck?" So he's being a pain in the ass right now with his food. So
Yeah.
So to reiterate, that was sarcasm when he said, "Oh, your dog whined 3 times." It's just
we know we're pretty
no
spoiled
idea.
with Diamond for sure.
No idea.
He's just, old and spoiled at this point. No, you do. No, you can't hear. And kind of sees all crooked. Yeah, he's a good old man. He's happy and comfortable. As long as there's no emergencies while we have 14 inches of snow.
I'm really not looking forward to that shit. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to shovel that. It's fucking just melts after that.
You gotta put some thermal heaters on your driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Underneath the cement.
Yeah,
I'm not wasting that kind of electricity out to just grow plants with it.
I don't have that. I'd like to
Not
get
a solar panel.
I'd like to get those solar roadways. Is what I'd like to get.
There you go.
They have,
Whatever happened to those solar tiles that we were supposed to get like 20
They're
years
still working. They're still working.
Those tiles.
They're on to the next whatever stage 6, whatever Department of Transportation.
They were crowdsourcing, dude. I remember back when the thing was crowdsourcing, man. You could buy a tile for like $100 or some shit like that.
I don't remember how much I donated to it, but they give me updates all the time. They give me email updates
Really?
all the time.
I should have bought into a fucking 100 of those. I should have bought into a driveway of fucking tiles.
Yeah, but they're looking for contractors to train in different states. Right now they're starting Florida, but I'm waiting for it. I want it to come to
That's a good place to start. They got a lot of sunshine.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to try. We're going to hopefully get there.
Brad, you're going to retire to like Tampa area.
You know, man, I'm watching some people that fucking do some farming and homesteading. It's kind of cool. The stuff
Brad's going to be covered in cocoa butter.
I thought he was going to tell me about a timeshare fucking opportunity that he was.
Dude,
he's going to grow cocoa.
I have family down there. I got family. I got some great family down there. I wouldn't mind having a little property down there. Being able to farm.
You're going to smell like coconuts and potpourri.
Bananas.
Just wearing a loincloth.
You got to go real far
it's
south.
sound like tracksuits.
Coconuts, you got to get way down there. So I don't know if I'd be able to go that far. But if you at least I'd be able to get like bananas, dude. Bananas and avocados and some shit, man, without having to build a greenhouse.
Are you going to carry bananas when you're wearing a loincloth, Red?
I'll use the
Speedo.
bananas for the loincloth, of course. I'll
He'll
just
take a fucking stick and he'll put the whole bunch of banana on the end of it and carry it over his shoulder.
Yeah, I just can't
I've
confuse
seen that in
bananas for what's behind the loincloth. Yeah.
That's right.
He's going to be trying to pass somebody the scissors before too
He's
long.
got to worry about the poisonous snakes and spiders and fucking alligators and
Fuck. Now you're
fucking
fucking it up for me,
mosquitoes.
dude. Yeah, now I don't want to go.
No, I don't want to go. I'm staying here, man.
Staying here. I like the winter. Let's continue the
Malaria.
death. Look at the death
so
of winter.
true,
Let's keep the death.
So-
We don't have Spanish moss up here because we have winter.
So check out this
What's wrong
wild
with
shit.
Spanish moss?
Nothing, but it just takes over, dude. It's just difficult.
This fish moss is a worry.
Like, what a random thing to fucking keep you in Michigan. I'm not fucking with Spanish moss. Man. Fuck that. It's a deal breaker.
Spanish moss.
Very specific.
If it was another kind of moss, it's fine. But the Spanish moss, fuck that moss.
Dude, it's just that, dude. It's destructive, man. That's all.
But I saw this story.
Ugly.
If it gets it under a certain temperature, you have to stay away from the trees down in Florida because the iguanas freeze and fall out of the fucking tree.
Oh, yeah, raining iguanas down there right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
They're
crazy.
they're not dead. They're just like in shock.
they're just frozen. Yeah,
Hibernating
Like-
or whatever.
that's
Can you
fucking
imagine?
wild. It's like living on another planet. What is that shit?
Can you imagine if goats could like climb trees and we had like goats falling out of trees because they were like, meh, and, like doing their fucking thing? And
Dude, you
You
see
climb
those fanny
mountains are
goats,
that
that is
far
the-
off, Fred.
you feel so bad, but it's so funny to watch those fanny goats. You feel
It
so
is
bad.
funny, but
It is funny.
It's because they have like anxiety or something, right? Like puffer fish.
Yeah, you're
But the thing that they don't tell you don't see on the videos, but if I know a guy that has them and they piss all over themselves at the same time, which is not
Oh,
I feel
no.
bad then.
Yeah.
A fainting goat is one
I
thing.
wonder what their heart rate is when you do that to them.
Dude, you feel so bad because they go stiff like a board. Like it's fucking like
Oh, that's the funniest part.
yeah, then it's like fall over.
do the
They
thing. Do
get
the
up and they're
thing.
all like,
I don't want
The
him to.
funniest part is that you're supposed to feel bad and you don't.
no, I feel bad. I don't.
I
I
did.
went one time. I didn't go back. I felt bad, man. Yeah, I didn't walk away feeling good.
Yeah, you can't pick on them.
I laughed.
You're just
I
walking
laughed.
aund in the field. They just fall over randomly. And it's the
I
funniest
laughed and I laughed out loud. I'm ashamed to say in their face, but I walked away not feeling good about it.
mixed reviews there.
I like the idea of having a nice sheep.
A fainting sheep.
Yeah, an ewe. A nice ewe.
An emu?
No, ewe.
An emu eat you?
Ewe.
Yeah.
Ewe.
Explain yourself.
I'm trying to
The you and the
spell it
emu.
out. Ewe. You know, it's ewe.
All you have to do is like stomp at them and they go over. It's
Is
like,
it time to play the music yet, man?
I think so.
I think it's time to play the music.
oh yeah, we got some exit move music.
I'm
We're
done
helping
with
Shout
all
out
my
to Catachronic
crazy
for the
guys.
outro music. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Come back through on Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Bro Show Live.
Don't forget about Thursday nights.
Growing. Think about that,
It's
man.
Red's job.
You can literally grow
Exactly.
Larry
sweaters.
Science,
Why
9
wouldn't you want to
p.m.
grow
Thursday.
socks? You can literally grow socks with sheep.
What's
Grow.
on Thursdays?
Hilarity Science at 9 p.m. We may or may not talk about growing wool or growing gloves.
Growing gloves.
Growing wool.
For more fine sheep conversation,
Wool
find us
gathering.
on Thursday night.
Or next
Get from the expert.